going on?
Darkness.
The void.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Please excuse these technical errors.
It's the best I've ever looked.
Oh. All right.
We have Francesca.
We have Francesca.
And the void.
That's
what?
funny.
What?
It's just
What? The worst Brady Bunch intro ever.
Ah, yes.
I feel like I'm usually the last one. Oh, there you go.
This is like
Last
the
one frozen,
70s
the
show
first one
tune
there.
where it shows Sean laughing and just shows his name at the bottom as the intro.
Yeah.
I'll just be Black Void.
No.
Slowly but surely, we're going around the circle.
There we go.
There we go. I gotta sit a little lower.
This is
I think so.
wild.
Aw, beans.
Okay.
Okay, where was I?
Okay.
Oh yeah, sup bitches.
Oh boy.
We are back? Question mark? Yes, I think we're back.
Mhm.
It's Southern Hospitality 5, the thing that won't stop going.
The one stop that keeps giving.
Yes, it's
Shot,
still
one
one
shot.
shot. It's still one shot. Let's see, and we got
It just won't stop giving. It really is Southern.
it's aggressive. It is an aggressive kindness.
Bless your
King
heart and all
reviews.
that.
Bless your heart, bless your stars. Goodness great. Stars and garters. So we had a lot done last session. We got through the woods, came upon the church, quote unquote, which was interestingly designed. Lorcan managed to get hurt by a door.
What else is new?
Yeah, it's true. You had a lot of door encounters.
I just keep eating hurt stupid ways.
While we all thought about the puzzle of how to get into the door, Rivali just went in through the ceiling. So we all followed suit there, and after a bit of a dramatic tumbling in, we came face to face with the devilishly handsome, depending on who you ask, Rancy Fancy Finger the 14th, former classmate of Ceiling Gang. Ah, yes, the foils to Face Gang. The two genders.
Face and ceiling?
Face and ceiling.
I'm still neither.
So as Rancy sort of turns around, and the voice I had worked on for Rancy for weeks, it hit me a couple of days ago that it's the same voice I used to talk to my dog, so I had to change the whole thing.
Oh.
It was
Demonstrate.
oh well, it was actually just kind of down here some, and when I talk to Robin, it's like her nose is stuffed a lot. Like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go lay down now, and then it just kind of undercut the incredibly serious character of Rancy Fancy Finger. But he sort of pivots around in the throne that is. I keep forgetting you guys have if somebody has high passive perception, right? Rivali?
No,
Passive.
I have passive insight.
Mhm.
Everybody perception was kind of bad, right?
Yeah.
I think we capped out
Yeah.
at like 12 or 14.
Yeah, it was
enough.
real low.
That's enough to notice that, like, the throne is pivoting around, and the only section of the floor that's pivoting is just around the throne. Like, it's designed specifically to do this for dramatic effect.
Oh boy.
Is it? Rancy has straw blonde hair. It's a little longer than Breena remembers. It's been a couple hundred years since high school, but he has sort of like a finely trimmed mutton chops down, and his initials are carved into them at different angles. So no matter what angle it is, you can definitely see some sort of RF carved into his beard. He has a square jaw for a gnome. It's still kind of like, soft and adorable, but, as compared to other gnomes you've seen, it's, chiseled, quote unquote. He looks like the guy at the, Planet Fitness, just your everyday gym, who is way too in shape to only be at Planet. Like, he works out at home and then goes to Planet Fitness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so you can see him. and he's got a smile on his face of a man who has pretty much gotten away with everything he's ever wanted to in his life. And so he was doing like the slow clapping as he turned around, and, usually about 5 or 6, and he's just kind of, it's just going a little uncomfortably long. As he stands up, takes his time walking forward to the top of the stairs. You guys are collected at the bottom of the stairs, about, I'd say, 20 feet. It's a really obnoxious set of, everything in this building is obnoxious. There are statues of the man everywhere in different poses and gestures. But he just sort of looks at you, Breena, and he's like, "Oh, you got here faster than I expected."
Yeah, of course.
But then, you always were better than the Mock-Law stock. I'm surprised you've thrown your lot in with... Who the hell are you? Just sort of gesturing at the other 3.
I know who the fuck you are.
I'm a bodyguard.
I am Casaadi de Moy, a voice of the void, or what lurks beyond it.
I need you to make a Constitution save. Casaadi.
Yes. Okay, 16 plus 17.
17, okay. Just like one fly comes out. It doesn't interrupt you. for effect.
Dramatic fly effect.
Lorcan, I need one from you as well.
What kind of save?
Constitution.
Constitution. 24.
24. One drop of blood just makes a very... just enough to draw a little attention, but it's not too bad. Right. Interesting friends you have acquired. What happened to you, Breena? You were so bright. I thought you had a future.
What? How dare you? This was just a fun little trip because I heard that there was going to be something interesting here. Turns out it's just you.
Lots of me.
Yeah, it's kind of awful, really.
That's one word.
I still don't think you look like your statue.
Well, art is subjective.
Yeah, they suck.
It just completely ignores the comment. And
I've seen worse.
I've seen better.
and then there's just sort of like an awkward 4 or 5 seconds where everybody's just sort of standing there.
Casaadi's backing up about 15 feet.
With just occasional.
I'm gonna be interjecting myself forward to be at the forefront of the group, just in
Okay.
case.
Forefront
His
of the
eyes are
group.
counting.
Should I ask counting what, or?
Feet.
Got it.
Distance.
So 15, 25, it was about 20 feet. You
So
went back
35
15.
feet now.
And
There's
he came
about
up
10 in
about
the room.
5.
That's good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna say like that's what I thought at first.
yeah. This is. I mean, it's like it's a renovated church. So I mean, it's just a huge open floor with pillars, and there's a couple of pews left, but a lot of them have just been torn out for room for more statues and paintings and engravings and calligraphy.
But
And
with the statues, that makes a lot more feet in the room.
Shit, you right.
do you have inspiration? Can I take it away
I used it.
That's right.
for that joke? So there's a long pause, and then it's just sort of, well, what do you want? You came in my house. Not that I blame you. Did you miss me, Mock-Law?
No. Why are you... What's with the shitty spells?
Shitty spells.
The Frankenstein spells. The horrible mess you've made.
You broke my roof.
No,
Not that,
technically that
them,
was
for
me.
example.
Say again, Kurt.
Technically, that was me.
Noted. I don't know what you mean in the slightest. I've been sitting here working on this glorious museum to my achievements past, future, present.
You've gotten worse.
Hmm.
You're already very full of yourself, but this is ridiculous.
Yes. I'm quite amazed by it myself. But then I never cease to amaze me.
Kurt, you
Maybe
should
you should
insight his
try.
whole curse involvement thing.
Yeah, can I?
Sure.
What's my 21?
21. He's just playing coy. You've seen tons of rich boys come into places that you were, either a bouncer or a bodyguard and everything. You've seen this shtick before.
I'm gonna give him the look of just like the arms crossed, like head tilted forward, and just come on.
Make intimidation, actually.
Oh god, I'm bad at intimidation.
You
Unless
think
it's
he's
strength
socially
intimidation.
It is-
aware
yeah, it
enough
would be
to
strength-based.
realize-
Am I doing athletics or just straight?
It's intimidation, but
Either
add
way-
strength instead of charisma.
Either way, it's a natural 20. But
Okay. He's sort of, just
So if it's just strength, it's 25 total. But
okay. With your bouncer senses tingling, it goes pretty much, well, not pretty much, passive perception. It goes completely unseen by everybody else. But with your you've intimidated rich boys before too, and you see just the smallest twitch of the eyes in the corner of the mouth. Like, he makes eye contact with you and then instinctively tries to break it, then goes back. Force himself to go back. And then, but then continues scanning the room. And you can tell, okay, you got under his skin a little there. He's realizing just how big you are. In fact, he stopped walking down the steps. Sort of,
How far?
But makes,
is he? now?
you went in front of everybody.
Mhm.
So he is, I would say, 15 feet from you, 20 feet from Breena and Lorcan, and 30 feet from Casaadi. Because you went back 15, he went forward 5. Yeah, but like as he stops walking, he sort of makes it into a pirouette, and pirouette's kind of pacing back and forth now, near the top of the stairs. And when he pirouettes, you see that his he's wearing just sort of like, it's like if you took leather armor and tried to dress it up as much as possible. Like, it's got a collar, it's got really adorned buttons. The boots are really nice and don't have a speck of dirt on them. But as he turns, the back of it actually just extends into sort of a natural cowl or cape, just so he has something to dramatically swoosh when he turns. And so, I mean, you came all the way out here just to see me to ask what's going on in the woods?
Your handiwork. How about you fix it?
My.
Starting with these two. It's in the it's in the spell.
I'm touched. You recognize my work. I must have left quite the imprint on you. What's wrong with these two? Lorcan and
Coffins.
Casaadi. Roll Constitution save.
It's frequent. 18.
16.
Kind of the same thing as he says these two. Casaadi, your blood starts to not boil, but it just feels like hot tar for just a second or two, and you cough up another bunch of flies. Lorcan, you feel a rush through your arm like it's about to start bursting blood.
I pointed at him.
You do, and then like as it does, it basically your arm goes cold as it reaches where the wound is in your hand, and then it just continues dripping slowly. The DC was 15, so.
Can I like flick blood on his boots?
Sure.
Little flick.
Lorcan's a pretty strong. No, he's not. But you're dexterous, technically ranged.
Yep.
Make a ranged attack. Just
So I have proficiency.
no, you do not have proficiency.
Rivali's the only straying one.
21.
21.
Oh, I got
The
strength.
secret blood hunter you never knew. Yeah, it sort of stops and you just kind of. And you do get blood on the boots. To which there's a moment of. He opens his eyes, goes, rugged, I like it.
Look like they ain't been used before.
Not anymore. Thank you so much. I'm still trying to break them in, new place and all that. But I see nothing wrong with you, besides blood. Have you bled before?
Not like this.
It happens. And
Sure it does.
I don't think it just sort of stares at Casaadi. Even I can't claim responsibility for what's wrong with this.
The buzzing is yours.
Do I look like? Wow.
Yeah.
The buzzing.
That.
Well, I can't top that. We'll just call it. But do I look like I deal with flies?
Breena, have you said your piece
My piece.
with him?
By all means.
Ah, he's gonna cast Thunder Step.
All right. So
He laser focuses, thunder steps. He backed up so y'all didn't get caught in the thunder, which must be cacophonous in a chapel setting.
Does it break more of the ceiling glass if there's any left?
actually, there is no mess on the ground, and the ceiling is perfectly fine.
Ah.
Does
But
Thunder
in one-
Step break it again?
You'll find out.
Ah.
Uh,
But in one swift motion, he wishes to appear behind him and stab a fancy son with an arrow.
Okay, and remind me of Thunderstep. It just does damage in that radius if anybody's in it.
Yeah, it's just a damage in radius of where you left, so it's supposed to be used as an escape mechanism, I assume. But
But this is way cooler.
this is way cooler. As
Alright.
you just nothing personnel, kids. Teleports behind you.
Okay,
so-
when you're done with that, I would like to see if I could do a thing as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll a melee attack with the arrow, and then.
Yes, a special arrow, you may remember,
Ah.
from the
Excellent.
bow.
But oh
don't-
yes.
Yes, I don't know if it works this way. Nor does Casaadi. Nor does Casaadi care, because he's not a ranged person. So the bow of mind thievery has an arrows associated with it. He's going to grab it from there, spin it around, and try and stab him in the chest with it.
This
As he
This
whispers
tracks.
sweet nothings. That is 14.
14. Are those the actual words that he whispers?
Oh, yes.
Sweet nothing. Alright. 14.
Yeah.
Let me check here.
Unless you think the drop gives advantage. But he might be prepared.
Roll. Just roll dex. Just roll a d20 and add your dex, and I'm gonna do the same
Okay.
thing just to see if he reacts in time.
Okay. Well, my dex is 0. I got a 15.
Ah, his dex is. I don't think it's 0. I got two things I gotta look at once. You got what?
15.
15. He got a 16. So no advantage on that. But you,
Okay.
you rolled. You said a 14 to hit.
14.
So you do, and as you go to stab, there's. You normally wouldn't notice, but through the buzzing, you don't hear the voice you're used to you're accustomed to hearing, but you almost feel like a different buzz, like almost like movement among the flies in your head, and you can see just the slightest twitch of his, somewhat adorably oversized thumbs, and shield comes up from behind and deflects the arrow and stops it right there. Because that's the arrow you used, I would like you to make something I never get to do, a strength save.
Ah. Interesting.
Touch your pals.
I don't have any.
21.
21. Okay, and so as it just sort of dissipates, and I'll say you push back 5 feet, But you do hold on to the arrow. That would have been really
Okay.
fun. And just without turning around, he sort of, how barbaric. And now we can roll initiative.
Okay. Damn, I was hoping that would work for you.
I'm hoping this would work better.
Because that would have been a perfect opening to a thing.
What did you want to do?
I wanted
Kurt?
to be like, yeah, Lorcan, jump, and then like try and yeet them up the stairs.
Do a reflex save. Just a dexterity check.
I did roll for the initiative. Do you want me to change or roll again?
Uh,
or
Yeah. Go ahead and roll again, and then
it's the same
Hey,
thing.
what'd you roll for initiative?
They're both
Okay, yeah.
15.
15. Okay, I'll give you 15 initiative and 15 for the attack. So
I'm down to get yoked.
oh boy, how are we gonna do this? Okay, I'll say
hold on.
you
Do want
use
me
your
to-
reaction.
Do you want me to do the math on this?
I'll say you use your reaction to act before initiative, and then Lorcan, you basically, are you prepped for this, or are you just
Usually.
like? Okay, I was about to say, is it just sort of okay? What would I'll say you have one thing to do.
Me?
Yep. You're yes. Please do the math on that, Kurt, of how fast they're traveling. Fast. Is it like a? If it's underhand, was that underhand, Kurt? Would that be a softball special?
I was thinking more of a sideways, like
Ooh,
a
sideways,
side, like
submarine.
Discus.
Oh man.
Lorcan spinning the whole way.
Yeah, probably.
So if we're treating them specifically as a weapon, they do. They have a range of 30-60 with a 1d4 damage. However, if we are treating them as a person, as we should, then
Thank you. I've been trying to say.
then that number changes to.
We'll just. I see you said it was a D4 as a weapon.
Yes.
Lorcan is 12 types of deadly, so we'll double that and just make it a D8. But depends on what you're going to do, Lorcan, as you approach at really, really fast speeds.
So, I think what I would try to do in this situation is both hit him with my body and throw psychic blades at him at the same time. The hitting him with my body has already begun.
That's going to happen either way, yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So I think I'd just throw psychic blades as I fly.
Okay. Let's do. So your psychic blades you have a dex version and a strength version, right?
Correct.
So you were going to try and throw
them as I am yoked.
Okay. So the yote is going to yeet. They didn't teach this in high school. Okay. So I'll say, would that give disadvantage, or if you're trying to throw something at somebody while you're careening at a very high speed?
Maybe I don't think it would give disadvantage if I'm going towards the thing I'm throwing at.
Yeah, it's fun. Let's just go ahead and roll a just dexterity attack with it.
Okay.
Let me get paper. I'm very good at this.
23.
Okay, good to know. Just writing down the initiative here.
Did I hit?
You do, yes. 20. Believe it or not.
That's 10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Piercing, I think.
Piercing.
And then whatever my body does.
We'll get there in a second. So, just as you very cockily just finished saying, "How barbaric!" Oh no! Wow! And just gets hit by the psychic blade in the shoulder, and it sort of dissipates as it hits. And then, but by the time it dissipates, there's just it's not even graceful. By this point, your momentum has started to spin, so your back has slammed into him. That's gonna do.
How barbaric, he says before getting acquainted with the barbarian.
Surprise!
Alright, so that's gonna do 3 bludgeoning damage.
To me.
To you, actually. Yes, it is going to do 3 bludgeoning damage.
I accept this.
And so,
Oh shit, I'm not at full health. Alright.
Well, remember, our max health got reduced a little.
I don't think any of us are at full health.
I'm not
I
at
know
full
I'm.
and I
I
don't
know
have
I'm
max.
the closest,
Uh,
but
Breena, I don't.
no, I'm
no,
good.
you're full. Sweet.
Bre-
Yeah.
Breena looks at this room and goes, no, I've not been touched.
I'm good for now.
Alright.
My max health is 7
Ugh.
down, and then from that, I am an additional 18 down.
Aside from the
So-
1 point of
fine.
emotional damage that I took in session 1, the only bit of damage I have
fantastic.
taken was from falling.
We
Mostly
might
I
have
can
no
trust myself.
we might have no audio.
Oh no.
What?
This whole time.
We just met. Rhea just messaged me saying,
Oh no.
"Oh no."
Oh, yeah, no audio.
But
Oh no, what's the last thing we heard?
probably,
Probably nothing.
nothing.
Amazing.
Nothing, yeah.
You've just been miming
Hold on.
this whole time?
Yeah.
Ah, it's my worst nightmare. I love it.
Clicks.
Clicks?
Maybe
No,
it's
it's,
doing
mouse
things.
thing.
Yep, no, we're good.
All right. cool.
Aha!
That's what the first thing you're gonna hear. Me becoming the
Oh.
predator.
That's what I get for leaving it on mute, I guess. Even though I don't want to hear ourselves an
funny.
echo.
Kurt
Echo,
threw
echo.
me. Rivali threw Lorcan at.
Well, no,
Ramsey.
this is from the start of the session. So,
Oh,
We
okay.
talked.
summarize.
We talked a lot. I recapped everything. Rancy is
A dick.
a dick, but
Smarmy.
carries himself as if he's very handsome. He asked what everybody was doing here, specifically Breena. He made a possibly classist comment. Definitely classist. And then Rivali yeeted Lorcan at the same time that Casaadi understepped behind him, tried to stab him with a special arrow.
Got deflected.
Got deflected, held onto the arrow, and Lorcan hit Rancy with a spectral blade. Lorcan hit Lorcan with Lorcan, or Lorcan hit Rancy with Lorcan, and and that's where. And now we're rolling initiative, except for Rivali, because I have a 15 down.
And also,
yes.
what was the one interesting thing is that every time he seems to talk to us who are cursed, the curse seems to force a con roll.
Yes.
A small thing you'll notice in post production, I suppose.
Yes, and everybody's been rolling really well on them
So far.
So far.
so far.
Mm.
Lorcan, the one I said 8 times in a row, you're rolling
Hello.
with disadvantage because you're
Everything?
No, just initiative because you're currently ass over tea kettle.
Maybe that just gives me the jump.
That's an interesting way to phrase it.
Welcome to the South.
Aggressively southern of you.
I rolled the same thing twice.
Which was?
Oh, I thought you were gonna go from the top.
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
Could drop.
All right. Anybody above 20?
I'm at 20.
Okay, good to know. Anybody else 15 to 20?
19.
Dang. Beady wizard. All right, so that just leaves me with Casaadi.
3.
Noise.
Fantastic.
It didn't work. It didn't work.
Like Rhys, you stab. Okay, and then I will. I'm very professional. There we go. Get those down. Okay, so Lorcan, you bounce like a bowling ball a couple of times and then land on your feet completely perfectly.
Yep.
As if this is how you always land.
I nat 20'd when we fell from the ceiling. What else is new?
Yeah.
So is I forgot how everything works. Do I get sneak attack damage?
Breena, you're up next, and then Rivali, you'll be the next player after that.
I do. So is Rancy in melee with Casaadi?
I was pushed back 5 feet.
That's why I'm
That's
asking.
right. That's actually a good point.
Damn.
Rivali, I need you to make 2 dex saves.
Oh, fuck.
The first one will have an AC of 15. The second one will have a DC of 15. Second one will have a DC of 12.
In order, fail, success.
Got it.
And it's a dex instead of a strength this time.
Yeah. Did I say Rivali?
Yes.
I'm a fool. I meant Casaadi. Sorry. They sound very similar.
That makes
Aw.
sense. Okay.
Yeah.
2
Which
more
one of them is
saves?
me?
Yes. Casaadi has to make a dex save, and then another one.
That's not good. Oh, hey.
But thank you anyway, Kurt.
Mine was also a succeed fail.
In that order?
Yes.
Okay, so you managed to sidestep the tumbling Lorcan, and you then collide with the not quite as tumbling, but still tumbling Rancy. So that's gonna be
So we are in melee.
yes.
Good.
You take 2 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
He takes 3 bludgeoning damage.
Good.
That's the stupidest beginning to combat ever. I say that lovingly. So, Lorcan, I'll say with Rivali's strength, strong bolt.
20.
I'll say about yeah. Once you land, you're about 15 feet from Casaadi and Rancy, who are sharing the space.
So
So
if I do a ranged attack, do I have
involuntarily.
to roll to see who I hit?
Probably.
Oh no.
They're sharing. If we had a map, they would be on the same square, and yeah, you'd have to. It would take an effort.
Hmm. That's fine. I'll try anyway.
Do it.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Jacob, I found
Yes.
the distance of which I can throw Lorcan, and it is at max 20 feet.
It's at max 20 feet.
That's just enough, I think. You said we
I
were
think
20
that is
away.
just enough, and I'll give it a little more oomph because Lorcan's always ready to be thrown.
It was also
Mhm.
a natural 20.
That's true.
Hell yeah.
Also, it was fun.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I make the rules around here.
So if I was just casually throwing, it would have been 20.
Oh, that was the casual one.
You know.
Okay.
If
Cat-
it was a
Casual.
large creature, it would have been 30.
I'm at 20. My roll to hit.
Roll a hit. Okay, cool. That is nat 20. He's going to use a legendary action to make that not a critical.
Mm.
Dick.
Rude.
4 on 1. What do you want from me?
Less.
Fair enough.
Maul.
So, all right, go ahead and roll damage.
I don't have to roll
Kick
for
his ass.
Casaadi because of the 20, or
Yeah, no, the 20. Yeah, and that 20 is going to hit who you're aiming for, I would think.
okay.
His ability just keeps him from getting critical damage.
Well, max damage is 11 anyway. So, oh wait, and then I get
Yep.
sneak attack. So plus. So that's a total of 24.
24. Nice. Yep, so, I mean, again, like you've been... And nobody else in this room knows how often you've been thrown, but it sure looks like it's happened a lot. So you just land and immediately you fling an attack, and Rancy gets up, sort of puts his cape over his head. You know, it's like folded over from the tumble. He folds it back, and it's just sort of, not even a simple negotiation, like right in the chest. Oh, right then, that goes. And moves his hands and dissipates it, but you can definitely see it's gone through the armor there and left a good wound.
Now I'm not the only one bleeding, and I will rage.
All right, it's a bonus action there.
Yep, just looks like I'm jumping up and down in place, getting hype.
He's just sort of, everyone bleeds.
Not the one I listen to.
And then you have a. You still have movement if you want to use that.
Oh, right. Yeah, I think I'm good. No, maybe I'll like circle around so that I don't get within range, but I'm like hitting back towards allies ish.
Okay.
So like 10, 15 feet from where Rivali was.
Okay. So, because you got a pretty good speed, right?
It's just 30.
30. I'll say you can make it if you're going around.
15, 20 feet from Rivali, maybe.
Because Rivali was 20 feet away, yeeted you 20 feet, you went another 15. So you're 35 feet away. Yes.
2 diagonals is 15.
Yeah, so you can get most of the way there. You can get,
I don't want to be like directly next to somebody, but just kind of heading back so we're not on completely opposite sides of the room.
right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say if you're going around a little bit, just sort of stay out of any attack of opportunity, I'll say you're about 10 feet away.
Sure.
Okay, cool. That brings us to Breena. Rivali, you'll be the next player after that.
In that case, is there a clear line of sight to Ramsey?
There's a clear line of sight. He is still sharing a spot with Casaadi.
Good thing I read the spell. Apparently, they'll be fine. Yeah, so fine.
Yeah, well, let's see how you like it. Eat flies,
And I cast infestation on
Yes! I love infestation.
Fantastic.
I can't be
Flies.
infected twice.
You're okay. It specifically says that it appears on the creature.
Okay.
I looked at it when I was like, they're sharing a space. Oh wait,
Let's
hold
see.
on.
He has to
And that
succeed
is
on a con save.
Yeah, 16.
16.
Good.
Wizard, yes.
Who is it?
Wizard.
All right.
Wee.
Ooh, that's a 7.
7 does not save. So that means, okay, so that is 10 fly damage.
Yes.
Okay.
And he has to try and flee in a random direction.
No, it's fly.
Oh, fleas as
There
well.
might be fleas.
Yeah, no, there are. Fleas, mites, flies.
Oh.
I think it's your choice.
Huh.
Well then.
I mean, are you counter flying? It's purely for flavor.
I would go with flies. The same as Casaadi.
Yeah.
Or as close as I can get.
About to say, they are a bunch of normal sized flies, but it just sort of highlights how big the flies coming out of Casaadi have gotten. Like, bigger than horse flies. And like multiple coming out. But I don't know if Casaadi, would you have gotten used to it by now, or is it just ignored? Because it's like happening as you're fighting.
Yeah, ignored because that's not the focus right now. There's more important objective in his head.
So
Also-
Singular.
also,
get in
the
his
direction
mouth.
he's going as well is towards you. So now it's Breena, 5
Can't
feet.
tell if the stream just
I
went
don't know
down
if
or
we-
if that was just me.
Froze.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
Oh, we're back?
Huh?
It's happening.
Are we...
I'm
It's
still stuck
just
on
showing loading.
Are we back?
Hey.
We're back on somebody? Ah!
Yep.
Maybe.
What a fucking.
What's
Just
the
wait
last
for-
thing we heard?
Good
Or
question.
I was gonna say,
everyone's
concept.
frozen except.
Oh,
Oh, there-
wow.
Haha.
some sort of time distortion.
Yes.
It's trying.
I like how we're going.
This is having a grand time today.
Me too.
Okay. I think we are returned.
Yeah.
Seems
We're
fine.
We got
back.
Times Square watching. We gotta make sure we're doing well.
Okay. Cool.
So we have
Delayed.
it's Breena, and then 5 feet in front. The next square is Rivali, and then it was 20 feet, so now 15. So 15 feet from there would be Rancy, and then 5 feet from there is Casaadi. And then Lorcan's like 10 feet off the left of Rivali. There's a straight line, and then Lorcan, if that's not a metaphor.
Question. He came towards us? Towards the down the stairs?
He did, yes. So I need to make a save for you aiming the flies to his mouth, and a save for not stumbling down the stairs.
Because didn't the flies make him flee back or something?
That's the infestation pushed him a random direction. I love infestation. Great cantrip. Okay. Okay. So he does not fall down the stairs, but some of the flies do get in his mouth. It doesn't add any extra damage, but the pride, not good.
Do I get an attack of opportunity if he's getting away from me?
He's still in your melee range, because he was on you
Okay.
and then moved 5 feet.
Got it.
Right.
Also, no, never with infestation. Never with infestation.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
Forget about that. Alright, so anything else, Breena? You can still move, and you've done a cantrip, so I don't think you have Warcasted.
I am just going to shuffle behind Rivali's, but in front?
5 feet in front of you.
Like directly? Or can I shuffle to like...
Yeah, directly in front of you, so you can go left or right if you wanted to.
I think they're trying to hide behind.
Yeah, I'm
Rivali.
trying to hide.
Okay, you're already behind Rivali, so you can just roll stealth.
Perfect. I can roll stealth.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Like rogues do.
Oh, and I'm not even. Oh, actually, what?
Hmm?
Is this the right character? It is. That's an 8, which is not good, but considering it was a 4, that's impressive.
Yeah, really excited about that 8. Like it was really, like disappointing. Like, oh, okay.
I thought I was gonna say it at a 4. It's still bad, but you know.
We'll actually keep it narrative too. Like you do the attack, and then you just sort of, you've been so focused on Rancy and like seeing red, you just sort of realize that Rivali's standing in front of you. Like, oh, am I hidden? I think I'm hidden. Yeah, that's good.
If nothing
That-
else, I can
that's
become
fine.
a very big target.
Yes.
As long as it's not fireball.
And that brings us to Mr. Fancy Finger. Rivali, you are on deck. Casaadi, you're after that. And he was just sort of... I brushed for 2 hours before this. Anyway, and he's going to cast...
You can hurt your teeth that way.
You should check with your local dentist prior to brushing.
I am my local dentist.
I bet you are.
There's so
Out of
many
character,
perception
was it
jokes
with
I want to make.
prestidigitation? Out of character, was it with prestidigitation?
Probably.
Don't worry about it. We're going to
Do
cast...
I get dental?
Like, instead of using his hands,
I
he
am
just
dental.
every 6 seconds recasts a spell.
That would track, actually.
I mean, it
Localize
makes
on each
sense,
tooth.
but also I hate him more.
Alright. Let me check spell slots here. I have to do this off of my phone. I'm not texting in the middle of DMing.
I've totally done that.
Never.
So he is going to cast spell here. And I need Lorcan, Rivali, and Casaadi to all make wisdom saves.
Oh, wisdom save.
Oh.
Shit. Oh, I have advantage!
14.
Yay.
14.
7.
7.
That's cocked.
You know, for having a pretty high
Cut.
wisdom.
13 minus 1 for a 12.
Okay, so everybody fails.
Yay.
So let's see. All 3 of you are now frightened of Rancy Fancy Finger.
But I'm angry.
You are angry. However,
Depends on your
comma,
anger.
he
Oh,
has.
actually, yeah.
Huh?
Does it not change with?
There's
Right.
some.
It depends on the subclass.
Not this one, and I already have advantage on wisdom saving throws. I just have an 8 wisdom.
Damn.
But we tried.
We did try.
We did.
Let's see.
Is that the one where you can't move closer to them?
You,
Or do we
With-
have to run away?
fear, you have to spend your turn going as far away as possible.
But
Let me double check that, the wording here. Kirk, can you check that for me, please? I'm out of screens.
Yeah.
Just the definition of fear.
I believe
Or
that's the
being
thing
afraid.
where you have to you have to go back away 30 feet, and if you are 30 feet or farther away or have broken essentially sight line, you can roll to not
There you
be
go.
frightened at the end
Okay,
of your
we
turn.
got it here. A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight. The creature cannot willingly move closer to the source of its fear. Okay, that's all we got. And then it says...
well, that's just for the fear of the spell.
Yeah, for fear of the spell, a creature must take the dash action and move away from the target by the safest available route on each of its turn, unless there is nowhere to move. If the creature ends its turn in a location where it does not have line of sight, the creature can make a wisdom save to end the spell.
Fortunately, there's a shit ton of statues.
Yeah.
And so, after doing that, he sort of gets his like, oh, leaving so soon? Oh, well. And he'll just casually stand there while everybody starts to slowly back away, and he'll just pull out a small vial from under his sleeve and down it.
Could Casaadi use like a reaction thing to hit?
No.
Okay.
I don't think with potion drinking. And only if I had Mage Killer, which was tempting, but I didn't.
That would have been really funny, actually.
It would have been, but no, lucky is how we went, and lucky is what has been used up.
And then, I remember. It's a note at the top. So with that, too, I'll have Casaadi and Lorcan make another con save with disadvantage.
Oof.
Huh.
Oof. Yeah, 6.
15.
15. Just enough. However, our beloved Dragonborn friend here. Oh,
Comma?
you can verify for that.
Yep.
So your max HP drops by 8. And that brings us to Rivali. You
Are running, I guess.
running.
Can so I know I have to take my action to
Mhm.
run away. But can I do like a bonus action, activate the Cloak of Billowing, so it's really dramatic while I do so?
Absolutely. In fact, Breena, like as soon as you like start, this is go into your low stealth roll. It's sort of like starting to hide. Like, okay, I can hide behind Rivali.
Bye.
And Rivali, it's sort of, what is Rivali afraid of? What brings fear into his gut?
Teacup chihuahuas.
Rancy becomes even smaller, and the hair becomes sort of pointed ears, and the eyes like open wide and are just bug-eyed. They're actually slightly off center, and they just keep getting bigger. And just when you think they're gonna pop, you can't stand it anymore. You turn and run.
Good.
Sponsor us Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
I'm a '90s kid. I'm like, that's all I could think of.
Rats with fangs is what they are. And then I guess for another 7 for my save.
Oof. Yeah, I'll say there was definitely a pillar within range that you could have like do the little, or the crunk.
I feel like between 60 feet, there's gonna
Yeah.
be...
Alright, so another 7, and I would even say it's probably not the first time somebody's cast this spell on you. You know what's going on, but you just can't. Sort of like when I play horror video games. I know I'm just sitting in my house holding a controller, but I can't will my thumb to move forward. So we'll see. That is your turn, but you did billow that cloak real cool.
Good.
If we had a second form of inspiration called style points, you would have gotten it.
Yes.
Casaadi. That's you, Lorcan, you're on deck.
He's afraid of insignificance, or his own, I should say.
The flies in your head stop. And no voices take its place. Except your own, which is now much louder than you've ever heard.
Gonna panic, lizard brain, no. So he's going to dash that ends up being like toward behind the nearest statue.
Okay.
But
I think.
he'd probably get an attack of opportunity with his fists. Unless he has Warcaster.
I'm checking to see if I did give him more capture. He has a lot of things.
Rich boys usually do.
No, he does not have Warcaster. So he will, in fact, just... After drinking from the vial, he puts it back into his sleeve and just sort of spins it with a finger, and the other side becomes a shimmering green blade. And he's going to try and just do a little stab.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little stab action. Okay, yeah, probably not going to work. What's Casaadi? He's not a melee fighter by any means.
Oh yeah, 14 with the mage armor.
14, okay. I rolled a natural 15. So,
Damn you.
alright, so that's going to be 9 piercing damage.
All right.
And then I need you to make a con save with disadvantage.
Yep. 16.
16, alright.
Yeah.
Nice.
You even after the blade has left your, let's see, I would say probably your quad, depending on how tall you can still kind of feel like a sharp object moving around in there. And normally, what you would hear inside your head would be taking care of it, but there's still nothing. But you're so focused on that, no additional.
Which is why that arrow.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be strange. This might not work.
Good.
What if
Before
you stick?
You
Okay.
do something. Sorry, in case
Mhm.
you've been building up on
Go
this.
ahead.
The arrow now looks like a normal arrow to you.
Damn. Because
Didn't want you to waste your good idea if you had one.
Okay, because he would. I guess he would try and reset the arrow then and relock that in for what's to
Okay.
come afterwards. Because I'm guessing
you- Go ahead.
unless he can aim it at himself.
Do you want to do that with the arrow, or do you want to try to find somewhere to hide to make the save again?
Well, I feel like he's going to. Don't I have to take the dash action?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll take
Yeah,
the
so
dash.
I do hide.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He does hide behind statue number 3B, and
19.
okay, statue number 19.
Ah, yes, A Gaze Upon a Lake. One of my favorites. And
There's
it's-
must be right
You're
underneath a
late.
lake painting.
It's actually a complete replica, a complete rip-off of, like, the painting of Narcissus, except it's Rance Fansfinger instead, just
Of
gazing at
course.
himself.
Of course, with such a sultry pose.
Yes, and it's in the reflection is looking back just as sultry. There's no consequences.
Of course.
He doesn't understand the point.
Then he's going to recock the arrow, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, to try and re-enchant it in the bow.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess he'll wait till next turn. Because do you make the save automatically if you're out
At
of
the
line
end of your
sight?
turn. Mhm.
Okay, so I guess I'll be doing that.
'Kay.
Then next turn, depending on how this goes, things may happen.
Well, you'll make the wisdom save now.
Yes,
And then-
wisdom save
cool.
now. Of 7.
7.
Yeah.
You just sort of just start shaking it around. And, like, to anybody else that could see, there's this purple eye that's very confused and agitated and just, well, not confused. It understands what's going on, but it's just sort of like, stop it. Alright. So that brings us back to the top of the round, which is Lorcan.
Yay! I run and hide next to Rivali if possible.
Next, okay. You were 10 feet away from Rivali, so you're going to end up still 10 feet away because you both have a speed of 30. Which is 60 with the dash action.
Or can I end up next to anyone?
Breena.
Okay, that works.
Well, no, because you'd have to take your entire speed. And Breena's only 15 feet away from you.
Okay. as I run past Breena, hit me.
All right.
All right, you need to use your reaction to.
Yeah. Just bunk.
Go for the bonk stick.
Quarterstaff.
AC working against you.
Oh yeah, it is. All right, that's an 8. Oh,
Can I run into it?
You instinctively dodge it.
Fuck.
You say that as you instinctively dodge it.
What?
All right, and so we will put you.
just like
here.
doing this, you just jump over it, keep going.
Yeah.
Shit.
Damn
I
it!
You, like part of you, half of you is like Lorcan, half of you is like, got him, and the other half is like, oh damn it, and you're kind of torn emotionally there.
Yeah, a little bit.
You are not out of sight of Rancy if you're following Rivali.
No, I just wanted to pass an ally.
Gotcha.
After I run past Breena, I can hide behind whatever.
Yeah, 60 feet. You'll
Find a statue.
Sorry, do another wisdom save. Then? Oh wait, yeah, go ahead.
Can I willingly run into the statue and hurt myself?
No, it has to be the safest route.
Right, but can I just choose not to stop?
I don't think the spell would let you do anything that would cause damage.
Okay.
But I had to think about it.
That sucks. Alright.
Bitch of a spell.
Yes, it is. This is bad. Okay, so I guess I can roll wisdom. 15?
15. That is not enough.
Yeah. My fucking -1 probably just screwed me.
You have advantage then.
That was the higher.
That was the advantage. Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's similar to Breena's stats, but fuck.
I mean, I have a +2 and I rolled a 7, so
That's par for
We're
the course for
doing
you.
great.
yeah.
I rolled a 16. I just have a -1. And my rage drops
Yep.
because
No.
I dodged Breena trying to hit
You
me.
were attacked, isn't it? Rage falls
it?
if you
I think it's
are not either.
your rage ends early if you are
Taking
not
damage.
taking damage.
It says, and you hadn't attacked a hostile creature since your last turn or taken damage, which is why I really wanted to end up next to one of you and just tell you to punch me in the face or something, because I would have taken half. But my AC is 20. So I just
That worked
passed
out real well.
Breena.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my only use of rage left.
Oh.
And on that note,
Well, I tried.
I can't do anything else, can I?
what scares Lorcan? Like, what makes Lorcan afraid to open the door in the middle of the night?
16-year-old Lorcan.
16. Oh, did we lose Kurt?
No.
No. Okay, I just heard I tried.
We lost our screen for a second, but we're back.
Aha.
16-year-old Lorcan is what scares Lorcan.
Okay. So, as you like stab with your last attack, as it like punctured Rancy, and he makes his comment, you notice that out of the wound comes a hand with a bleeding wound similar to the one currently on you, and it crawls its way out of Rancy in very gruesome fashion that I'm not going to describe because I always forget to do a content warning at the beginning. And coming out of it is a 16-year-old Lorcan, and the husk of disguise that physically isn't possible, but what does fear care about that? Of Rancy Fancyfinger falls to the side as 16-year-old Lorcan just sort of looks at what does 16-year-old Lorcan look like?
He's buffer.
Oh, okay.
Because he was gonna go full barbarian in the beginning.
Mhm.
That was the first level he took.
He doesn't say anything, but he gives you a look that you recognize as like disappointment of like, oh.
Teenage disgust.
He probably looks like he's going to raid. And I'm hiding.
Luckily, Lorcan's not very good at searching now. Can you
But
ever
I am
find
good
yourself?
at hiding. I can't find myself.
brings us to Breena.
Okay.
That was an eventful 6 seconds.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
just everybody scattering.
Hit it, it's the
Damn
fuzz.
it.
Yeah, and
Jeez, it.
Ooh.
Rivali, you'll be the next player up.
Hold on. What did it? I just want to double check.
Actually, while you're thinking, at initiative 20, we'll have a lair action.
Ooh, oh,
Uh-oh.
right.
Yeah, I'm concerned. The
And
things we're hiding behind look like him.
let's see, everybody's hiding behind a statue except for Breena.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I didn't do that. We'll just go from the top of initiative. So, Lorcan, that is a 20 to hit.
That matches.
Okay. That is...
Would that have happened on my turn or before or after?
after.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a higher dexterity than the lair action, so...
Damn.
You're faster than the whole room.
Guess I'll take full damage.
Just 8.
Ah.
You take 8 psychic damage. And I need you to
Psychic.
re-roll a constitution save.
I know, that's the wrong character.
Rivali, it's a 18.
You said con?
That hits.
It hits, okay.
14.
Okay. That is a 3 damage to you, Rivali.
Okay.
Psychic. And then a 6 to you, Casaadi.
All right, the shaking, that's a miss.
Alright. And then Lorcan,
Finally failed.
you can
Mm-hmm.
it's a -8 to your max HP.
Fuck me.
This is working better than I expected, and I'm uncomfortable with it. Okay, so now, Breena.
Right.
As you're
Where is
looking-
everybody? Can I see them just like cowering behind? Wolfers?
You could... No, I would say, because Casaadi went on the other direction of the throne, and then Lorcan probably is at least 50 feet away, as is Rivali.
I'm 45 feet away from Breena.
Nonetheless, he's a good hider.
Shoot, that's not gonna work.
But you do see some of the statues start to turn and shift, and they still have a bit of Rancy's face, but for half a second, it's horribly mutilated. There are tendrils coming out of parts of the face. There's hands. There's like the mouths go wider than they should physically fit, and you hear just sort of a garbled shriek from behind one of them, and they start to glow purple. But the minute you kind of do this in surprise, they look like Rancy Fancefinger again, just in different poses and faces.
Okay. With my movement, can I angle myself to see at least one of them?
What direction do you want to go?
Probably more away from Rancy than towards. So sorry, Casaadi. And staying clear of the statues as much as possible. If I just saw that.
Okay. Let me double check this. Okay, so you are about 15 feet from Rancy at this time.
Yeah.
Gonna be eaten by the eels at this.
Specifically, can I try and look for Rivali?
Okay. Yes. So you know what direction he went. Obviously, he was right in front of you.
Yes.
So
was
I would say
dramatic about it.
it's very
Yes.
dramatic. The
Yeah,
cloak.
it's easy to follow.
I would say do investigation with advantage.
And you see the
Okay.
cloak behind the statue
Yes, it's
still
like-
billowing. He is also probably much taller.
That is a 19.
19. You see a cloak billowing out from behind a pillar, a statue that he is not taller than, but
Ugh.
he is still wider than.
Okay. And
Calling
I.
me fat.
Now he is
Stout.
looking
he is
for
50 feet away.
50 feet away. Is he fairly in shape?
Yes.
I mean, he's very in shape.
Which
the most
shape?
Plus 8 to athletics.
There you go.
And you're still a fear
Yeah.
bound?
All three of us.
All
Everybody.
three of us. Yeah, if I knew fear would have hit this hard, I might have counterspelled. But I thought, like, oh, surely some of us will save. I don't need to counterspell.
I should have used my inspiration.
Alright. I cast Magic Missile, 1 at Rivali, 2 at Rancy.
Okay. Roll damage.
Do I choose? No, I have to, like, say which one's which.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is Rivali.
Somebody
1!
A 1 to
That's-
Rivali. Okay.
So that's
Rivali,
2
you
for
take
Rivali.
50 damage. No.
It hurts because I don't understand it.
Kill it before we understand.
Oh gosh. That's 5 plus 1 each. That's 7 for
7.
Rancy.
7 to Rancy. Alright. Okay. Good to know.
Okay.
Back in the fray.
The magic missiles come out again, and one of them just very, like... It's almost... If it were a hand, it would be going... just barely hits Rivali. Like, just a... it singes a little of the fur. The other two go...
Kind of just like a little...
Yeah. Static. The other two slam into Rancy, and he doesn't even flinch. Like, there's a reaction, like it hits him, he just kind of... And just kind of turns it into a little bit of a... that's the stuff.
Rivali, come on.
So you still have a bonus action if you want. No. Because you moved, and then you had to search, and then you cast a spell.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay so
I'm good.
we'll call that.
That is where I am.
After that, oh man. Okay. See, I had the same logic, Sean. I'm like, sure, somebody will save on this.
It's always a good case.
So let's just start from the top. The statues that you guys are hiding behind, you guys all have very average passive perception. Breena, you see, I'll say because you were looking around, the statues start glowing purple still, and they start to stretch a little bit, but then dissolve as if something was hiding inside them. Like a, chocolate Easter egg. It's got a bunny inside. It literally, like, the stone melts down.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. I was about to feel really crazy. So we'll just...
Probably not up here, that's all.
I don't melt my chocolate traditionally.
Like one of those Wonder Eggs with a toy inside that's just a chocolate shell.
A Kinder Egg.
Oh.
I thought
Yes,
a Kinder
of
Egg
course.
had, like, cream on the inside.
That's a Cadbury
Or
Egg.
are those the ones that, like,
What's the
people
sound that thing
banned
makes?
because of children?
Yeah, the Kinder Eggs were the things that were banned because children ate them, and then they brought them back with specific
Yeah.
packaging.
Right, that's right.
Again, I don't melt my chocolate though before I eat it with a toy inside. I crack it open and
Yes.
gently consume. No.
I just eat the whole thing.
This is why we don't let you know
That's
Cracker
why
Jack.
we've got it banned.
Alright, so we'll say... Of course, I'm trying to get it. There we go. Alright, so Lorcan,
Uh-oh.
the statue above you, you notice because it's now standing above you, is much taller now, about 5'10", 5'11", slender. And just sort of like as you're looking for your 16-year-old self,
I'm taller than it still.
well, it's on a pillar, so it's like you feel a rapier sort of push against your throat. And just looking up, you see a familiar-looking drow in a large hat. Be like, "Don't make me do something I'll regret." As Haz holds the rapier like right under your chin. And anytime you shake with fear or move, he adjusts. So that brings us down to Rivali. Of course. Oh man. Rivali, you sort of like are behind this statue and you feel it disappear for a second. So you are now taller than the pillar. There's no statue on it.
Back to normal.
And then just sort of out of the shadows of the walls of the church, it sort of comes out a little bit. The shadow continues going out, almost like it's a puddle. And then a shadow comes out of that puddle and focuses in the light, and you see walking out with legs a finely dressed snake-like race. just sort of fixing his collar and just being like, "Oh man, I thought y'all would have lasted conversation a little longer. I did not look forward to this." You see Shavel, very nice pair of boots where, there was simply just a torso that continued. The same, black vest and white button-up shirt underneath, but instead of like your traditional leather belt, it's a bandolier around his waist, and they're almost like a Batman utility belt with just lots of hammer loops there. But you try to focus on what's in them, but every time you do, the shape distorts, and you feel like a compulsion to look away. So that leaves us
insight at disadvantage to see if this is real.
Sure, we'll do that as we go to Casaadi.
11.
On yours, you actually feel just as solid behind you, and again, because I've done like 3 different voices for him, I had to make up a new one because I'm like, no, those are all terrible. But you just look over and there's a large hand, half orc, half something, kind of leaning over you with a big metal ladle. And you can kind of see Edward looking down at you, just being like, "Hello, mate."
Who? He says out loud.
It's clearly, too, it's the least, I would say, anybody who could hear Casaadi, it's the least raspy you've ever sounded, minus the flies. And that brings us to, after Breena, is Has. Okay. I have to manage 4 characters on a phone.
You?
Just memorize them.
Yeah, I did 2 of them.
This is where postcards are handy.
I know, right? It's
Or 5 computer screens.
more. Unfortunately, I have 1 crappy computer, so I have to do as little with it as possible.
Give me more.
Okay, so the good news is on Lorcan has sort of strikes you, tries to turn and strike you with the butt of the sword. Only rolled a forgot his attack modifier. 16. Yeah, so it hits directly but does nothing to you. Like I would dunk.
Your point?
Right. So with his second attack, it will use the point. That's a little better. Yeah, that's cocked.
To not wear my shirt that says "and your point is."
And your point is, he rolled a natural 1, but with advantage, he rolled a 22. So that's gonna be
Darn.
that's 11 slashing damage or piercing damage. Excuse me. And
I look like shit, guys.
Don't worry, I do
How
too.
far away are they from me again?
you don't know.
Okay.
Boy, good at hiding. And there is
I don't think I rolled stealth, did I? Or just kind of
just kind of a passive stealth mixed with him not looking before.
fair. I think my passive stealth is 21.
You have a plus 11 to stealth?
Yes, I do.
Then yes, it is. Wow.
Yeah.
Then we don't see shit.
Just rogue things.
Hashtag just rogue things.
This is my vengeance against rogues for my entire life.
Apparently, god damn. First you take my rage, and now you use my stealth against me. And
Believe
now
it or not,
I'm
walking
my
on
max
air.
HP is down 15, and I have 14 total left.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. You
Hey,
took
I
damage.
also have
Please roll.
14.
Please roll a
Oh.
Constitution save.
Please
Currently.
tell us,
Yay.
how
With
did
disadvantage.
Maltor the rogue hurt you today?
Maltor didn't hurt me. I play with Maltor.
12.
12.
Oof.
You lose 4 from your max HP.
Love it. Sorry, I lied. I'm down 19.
Ugh.
Be a DM, kids. Just grow up and beat up your friends. They're not mad at you. They promise.
Yikes.
Just throw trash mobs at them. They'll beat them up for you.
Yes.
Oh,
Or the skeletons will kill them.
Numbers,
Oh yeah, or you'll
numbers.
get killed by skeletons. There's no in between. It's either your NPC that they made friends with, or skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
You handled the one thing that was meant to be super dangerous very well.
However,
That was a breeze compared to the skeletons.
However,
spooky, scary. All right, so that is this one. I was looking at the wrong subclass. I'm sorry. And then, okay, and then he's going to take superiority die. All right, and next attack roll. Start your turn. Okay. Sorry. Battle Masters have a ton of stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. So, menacing, is that it? Yes. Okay, Lorcan, I need you to make another Wisdom save.
cool. With my advantage, I got a nat 20 minus 1.
Okay, that's still enough. You are not also frightened of Haz.
Fucking Christ, good. I mean, not that it matters, I still have to run, but...
That brings us to Shavel, and who is... I promise you, Kurt, I rolled a d4 to see who appeared at who. So he's going to... I'll let you roll for it, just because that seems fair. Roll me a Wisdom save with disadvantage,
Yes?
but it's a high AC.
DC?
4.
DC. 4.
Oh, God.
4 is not a high DC. 4 is not 22.
It went 7 again to 4.
Oh man, this is going better than I thought, and I don't feel good about it.
For you!
Is this revenge for killing Billy?
It is now for you specifically.
Oh.
I'm gonna die first, guys.
I'm gonna roll 10 more d8.
Rip.
Is this
Lord.
revenge for the skeletons?
Now it is.
No, I still deserve about 4 more terrible things in Skull Check. So, Shavel is going to reach down to the shadowy blobs that hang in his waist, and he stops and he goes, "Now, you did say that you were a helpful gentleman, didn't you?"
Yes.
Yeah. So, why don't you lend me a hand,
Fuck.
Rivali Proudmane? As he says your
Am I
name.
getting charmed?
No.
Oh.
Worse?
Worse.
Oh.
You have a flashback to the other 2 times that you've met. 2 times? Yeah. The other 2 times that you've met Shavel. The first encounter, you introduced yourself as Rivali, and he said, Rivali Proudmane. And when he was leaving that same encounter, he said, "Tell me your name again." And you said, Rivali Proudmane. The next encounter was you leaving the boat, and he was taking the name of everybody getting off of it. And he held up the clipboard, and you said for the 3rd time, Rivali Proudmane. You're the only person to give your full name 3 times. So you are essentially under the effects of the spell Command.
Oh no.
Also, at the docks, 4th time.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if
Not
you
to
go
make
back
it
and
worse for
watch,
myself, but
if you go back and watch, I make a face on the 4th time where I'm like, oops, didn't even mean to do that one. So yeah, your own name sort of rings in your ears a bit, and your thoughts sort of, they're still your thoughts. You're still controlling them, but they just sound like Shavel now. And you feel... Make an insight check. With advantage because it's on yourself? Yeah,
okay.
we're aware.
Do you know yourself?
Are we?
15.
15. You feel rage. like a not an uncontrollable rage, but like a justifiable a rage against the machine, if you will, a righteous indignation, but underneath it is it's weighted down by a heavy anchor of guilt. And that's sort of what's going to fuel the next few actions for you. So you still have control of your character. It's not like a try this every single, it's not like a Barry thing where, like every turn I had a chance to break free of it. And you still will. But you'll still get to control your character, but you're acting as if Shavel hasn't been your employer all along. Like in your brain, that's why you're on this island. Shavel's paying you to protect him and take care of him. You're just being a professional. But there's still that rage and that guilt kind of behind everything.
Capitalism.
Money pays the same. So that's pretty much going to be... And then I guess as you turn around, he's going to use his movement to just sort of flank you a little bit. Like, look at my big friend now. That brings...
In character, just give him a little fist bump with the back of the...
Yeah, he does just... Without looking, he just goes, that's right. Alright, and then that brings us to Rancy.
Oh, man.
Who is... So, all Rancy can see is Breena. That's a thing. And, oh yeah, okay. So, you were 20 feet away, roughly. 15 feet, excuse me. You ran off, okay, yeah, you're well. So he just, keeps walking down those steps. And it's just sort of, had quite a... I got stuck in Shavel voice. You had quite a bit of bravado there. Where did it all go? And just points a little finger. And you're just, I kind of scowl. But I need you to make a Constitution save. Oh wait, no, I have to make a ranged spell attack first.
Yep.
Never
ring
mind.
of ring of deflection.
Ooh, okay. Remind me what that does, even though I gave it to you.
It's just a +5 to AC.
Just a +5. Okay.
Just a +5 to AC.
What does that make your AC between that and the robes?
That's a 21.
21.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been beaten.
It
Gas.
doesn't last though.
All right, so
Seems worth it.
he has to make a. He's gonna cast that at second level.
Especially if it's a spell.
It
Probably
is.
not even a thing like that.
It's got a decently high modifier on it. Okay. Where is it at? There we go. All right, so you're gonna help verify this for me because it's a 21 if I beat it. He's got a +8.
I verified the last two max damages you've done to me.
24.
I'm gonna eat your dice.
That's it. That.
Ow.
Yep. I tried.
As he does, it is a kind of greenish energy comes out from his finger, and it slams into you, but you don't feel a physical impact. You just sort of feel like when you hit the bottom of a hill while you're driving, or right as you at the very bottom of the roller coaster drop. That sort of lurch, as you reset, except it hasn't set yet. So that's gonna be. I lost my other. Yeah, there it is. That's 14 poison damage, and I need you to make a con save.
Fucking hell.
Rancy.
Okay. Con save, huh? 10.
10.
Let's see. 10. Okay, that fails. You are also poisoned.
Okay.
1.
Nope. Sorry, everybody. Checking things.
Yikes.
Okay, so poisoned, I think, is disadvantage. Somebody double check that for me because I'm out of screens. Because I always forget
Gotcha.
the difference between poisoned.
Disadvantage on attack rolls, I believe.
Yeah, I think it's disadvantage on attack. I think a certain. Is it saves? Does it
And
save?
ability checks.
And ability checks.
And ability.
Okay.
Okay, so there's something.
Alright. We'll do that. And then,
Oh,
Just-
and within 5 feet. Oh no, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I read the wrong thing.
yeah, so
I lied.
you just sort of feel nauseated. And, as an enchantment wizard, you're like, you have a pretty good idea, I would say, innately of what's happened, but you're not 100% sure. But I would say just, you're sort of setting up those, like earlier when, I think it was Cobb that tried to do hold person on you. And your brain sort of went into, like somebody solving a Rubik's Cube, just the pattern of how to deflect that. You're kind of presetting that. A little bit. And as a bonus action, he's just going to conjure a glass of wine in his other hand. And just sort of...
I hate this man so much.
It's not bloodied, but you can see me kind of already flinching because I am bloody.
That brings us to Rivali. Casaadi, you're the next player on.
Okay, so I guess I don't fully like.
So, oh yeah, sorry.
We gotta keep running.
Well, Rivali's no longer frightened.
Oh.
He just, because Breena hit him, and then he was charmed, technically.
Oh, fear stops when you get hit?
You take damage.
Okay.
I think that's right.
That sounds right.
But either way, Shavel's charm would have overcome it.
Mhm.
But, nope, just if it doesn't have line of sight.
Yeah.
Man, that's a tough spell.
Wow, yeah, damage doesn't stop that shit.
It's also concentration, which did limit a bunch of crap I wanted to do. But,
But if we can't get to him, you can keep on
Right.
concentrating.
Up to a minute,
but,
but
so Kurt, you are not compelled to kill your friends. Your only compulsion right now is to protect Shavel. You can interpret that however you want, but that's the command, essentially. You're not going on a bloodlust murderous rampage. You're just protecting Shavel.
Okay. Cool.
This Rancy is very fancy, Rhea.
So I do think then in that case I'm going to use my second use of Giant Smite. So I grow large.
Okay? Big boy, you neck chomp.
Assuming I have the room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shavel just politely steps back.
I'm gonna give him a little like.
Breena, how close were you? 15 feet from Rivali, roughly?
I am not entirely sure.
no, it was like 50 because Rivali sprinted, right?
Yeah, Rivali sprint, but then she went after him, her speed. Just regular
Just
speed, so
enough
30.
to
But he was
see-
5 feet.
So
Also
15.
25. My speed is 25.
Oh, your speed's 25, so 20. You're 20 feet
Yeah.
from Rivali.
Couldn't we argue that Fancy Finger was the biggest threat to Shavel this entire time?
You can argue anything you want to.
I will. Just saying, like
Silver.
Alright, Silver. Make your point.
maybe.
I mean, he makes sense. I don't know.
Casaadi can't
Rivali's
hear you
head.
right now, Silver.
Damn it!
Casaadi's patron the whole time.
No,
Fuck, that would be great.
nowhere near that charismatic. Well,
But yeah, I think the only phrase you have to go by, Kurt, is just protect Shavel.
Okay. Well then, Shavel, if you'll excuse me, and I'm going to,
Cool.
with his permission, pick him up. And I'm also going to run over and pick up Breena, my other employee.
This is how we protect our friends.
And I'm going to use my remaining speed to run away.
Okay. No. Because basically, while you're
That's
under the
pretty good.
compulsion, what you're coming up with, he's basically pre-screening your rough draft and goes, all right. So, he willingly allows you to pick him up. Breena, you don't have to be grappled. You can actually attempt to dodge this.
Yeah, also, Francesca, if you could please translate the look you made into sound. Holy shit.
That was, yeah, I was trying.
I can never.
I think we would just all die. It
It
would be
was-
a sonic attack.
It was like a hint of disgust mixed with surprise.
It was worse than when he put you on the podium in episode 1. It was
Well, imagine.
fantastic.
Finally constructed podium.
Okay.
See ya.
Yeah,
So
In-
if you're
Oh, I
resisting,
guess.
it is
yeah,
contested grapple it.
Yeah, and I
Athletic.
mean, I'm not making that. I don't.
You might roll a 20.
You have to
What?
get a 20 to beat it.
No, I rolled.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Yeah.
a 6.
That's not a 20. And what is old is new again?
I'm imagining that being picked up. So it's just like gonna be fuck.
And yeah, once again, just
And also, if I can see Shave-Hole over on the other shoulder, it's like I hate you.
make an insight check.
Okay. Oh.
Another
That's-
8?
No, that's a 21.
Wow.
Okay, Shavel
Okay.
doesn't reply, but you've been rude to Shavel before, almost disastrously so, and he doesn't really meet your eye. With a 21, you can tell he's just very like nods and just seems to be kind of following Rivali's lead, but you don't get no witty retort, nothing. He acknowledges that he heard you, but well, yeah, with an inside of 21, that's off from what you understand of your limited interactions with Shavel.
My limited, yeah. I mean, I would say maybe I think that he is working with Rancy Fancy Pants. So if that's off from that, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, or it's all from his normal behavior. 'Cause from what your interactions with him, he's always got some sort of comeback or some sort of like way to spin the conversation in his favor.
Every time we've said something to him, he always has words back.
Yeah.
Right. It's like Silver, but nowhere near as friendly. Much more sinister. It all comes back to Silver. It's
Usually.
Try not to puke for the rest of the ride.
That's right. I forgot about that. I should have given you disadvantage on the athletic.
I think the 6 was good.
Yeah, the 6
Yeah,
is
I
good.
think-
But can you roll it again just to see? Because I'm morbidly
It's
curious.
just it's another 6.
Okay.
Yay.
We're right where we were.
Matching numbers tonight.
It was faith.
With that insight of 21 too, I would even say you can tell that he's not charmed. He's not under any kind of magical influence.
Okay.
Okay, so
Can they tell if he's real?
Rivali, you're a Lorg boy.
I am a Lorg boy.
You have a snake.
A snake with
Breena.
boots.
Snake with boots.
There's literally
There's
a snake in that boot.
Yep.
So it's gonna be so Shavel is gonna be on my one shoulder like this.
Oh, shoulder. Okay.
And then Breena is gonna be like in the crook of the arm like so.
How?
Wait, are we okay?
I'm assuming combined you are both less than 600 pounds.
Oh, for sure.
Breen, if I tip that skin, no.
Shavel could actually become heavier than that if you wanted to.
Snake.
It's just
They're cool.
because I'm large. My carrying capacity doubles.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
So normally it's a mere 300.
Yeah, child's play.
Yeah.
It's comfortable carrying capacity.
Mechanically speaking, how wide are you? How far apart are Shavel and Breena?
Not very.
Not very. So, I mean, would you say melee range? Okay.
Well,
Thank you, it's in my head.
especially because of the way I'm holding it. Imagine it's like
I think he's
Like
close
so.
enough to stab.
like
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I love
Where are
these
my
people.
feet? Wait. I want to.
No one knows.
At the bottom
There,
of your
there,
legs.
Please.
She's facing forward.
We did lose Sean.
Oh no.
No,
Oh
Sean's
no.
fine.
No.
I thought your boy was frozen, but your
Casaadi.
boy was just staring.
Just staring.
Fuck.
All right,
So I'm
so
like a football.
Yeah.
Where am
Halfway
I?
between a football and a
Wherever you
child.
want them to be.
Okay.
I really hope you mean in American football.
Oh yeah. With you lot.
Oh, y'all.
Use guys.
Ooh, man, that was more disgust than I expected.
We deserve it.
So that's it. Is that everything for you, Rivali? That was Grolorg. Okay. So that brings us to Edward. My
Good time.
My
boy.
friend.
my chef bard.
Your
He
good time
flirted
boy.
with me, and now
Your rotten soldier.
He has advantage on the attack. He rolled an 8 and a 3. So that's going to be a total of 12 to attack to hit.
All right, they miss.
you're
They miss.
safe. Holy shit.
He's ignoring him still, but they miss.
Hill?
I would say he doesn't miss, but again, he just sort of gives you that a tap on the dome with the ladle. Ding, ding. Like he was really prepping that, and there was no reaction. Just ding, 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 ding.
For now.
This time.
And then he's going to. Gosh, is that all he's going to do?
I hope so.
Look this.
We're going to die.
Unless we run. Because technically I'm not bloodied, only because my max HP has been reduced so much.
I still am, even though my max HP has been reduced by 19.
Lorcan's had a day.
Yeah. I'm dying. In like 4 different ways, probably.
Wait, how much? What's your HP? Can I use
Right now I'm at 14 out of 39, but that 39 is supposed to be a 58.
30, nine's my normal max.
24 is mine.
I don't want to talk about
Wizard. I have a
Casaadi,
+5 con.
I'm gonna use one of his class features, and have you make a wisdom save. The DC's not
Cook
that
you
high.
a meal.
Okay. 14. No bonus.
14, you succeed.
Okay. Okay. What did he do?
It's,
Stare at me?
Well, nothing really.
You
He
didn't
just,
notice.
you don't notice, I would say, but there's definitely like some soup been poured on you, and it like tries to seep into your scales, but your scales are
Dirty
I don't
enough.
know. Yeah, they're dirty enough. They actually burn the soup as it hits it. You hear the soup screaming. And it just sort of looks over at Haz and Shavel, looks at Haz. And Haz. And he sort of gestures like, you see what I'm dealing with here.
Just can't hit me.
That would be Edward's turn. So that brings us to Casaadi. Lorcan on deck.
So, Casaadi's panicking in a corner, not noticing what else is happening, but at the Onyx, he's still frightened. He still doesn't hear anything. So, that wound he took earlier, he recocked the bow to hopefully re-enchant the arrow so he can hopefully stab himself and cast Dominate Person on himself in a prayer
Fuck.
towards the one that speaks to him.
Okay.
Yes. It's weird.
No,
Don't
no,
know
no.
if it's going to work.
The last
But that's
time...
what his mind does.
Okay. Hang on. Basically, like 2 episodes ago, yeah, I had like a similar face where I was rewriting everything. All that's happening again. Okay.
Are you still in fear?
I still am under the effect, but
You can't take an action.
It's true.
I can't take a physical action. Well,
You have to
Action
dash.
Your action has to be expended on dash.
but I'm out of
I'm-
sight.
But
But that's the only way you can make the wisdom save to try and get out of it. You still
Right, but
have
that's
to
at the end of
dash
my
if
turn.
you're still in
right.
there.
And since you failed it, you're still frightened, so you have to take your action to dash.
If hold person was a bonus action, you could try, I think. Question mark?
I mean, technically, it's a
Well,
light.
the
The arrow
stabbing
could
would
be
be
a
an
light.
action.
The arrow's
yeah.
a light weapon, but I'd have to do a normal attack action.
Yeah.
With yeah. No.
I'm storing that in the. I'm storing that there.
Store it, but
No,
I honestly
no,
don't
if-
think it's going to
if-
come to.
If you are wielding something in your other hand, you can make a bonus attack offhand weapon attack. Bonus action offhand weapon
You're
attack.
right.
Ooh.
And
Right.
it's normally a disadvantage because you don't have two-weapon fighting, but it is against yourself, so that's advantage, so it would just be a flat roll.
Also, it's not at disadvantage
It's not?
without two-weapon fighting. You don't get to add your damage modifier.
Damage. But,
And
yep,
I don't
yep,
care
yep,
about damage. I just want to make contact.
yep. Okay.
That was originally going to
okay.
be my plan for Fancy
Okay,
Song.
okay. So the bonus action.
Okay.
Got
Huh.
you.
You just have to roll against
So
your own AC.
first, though, you have to go 60 feet in the other direction.
Sure.
And we get an
Keep going.
attack of...
Opportunity.
He runs.
Upper super
try to make a...
team.
Thank you. I was trying to find a good...
That's...
No. Opposite. We're working with that one.
that was all I could find you.
15.
Well, since that hits, I'm going to have to use Entropic Ward because I need to do something. So he rolls at disadvantage.
A stupendous attack. Of
There
opportunity.
we go. I like stupendous better than supendous. Yeah, I can't give you any more inspiration, but it's there. The second roll was higher, so he's
Damn it.
getting.
So he still hits.
Yeah. It's not a wrong attack if I remember. Actually, what do you have resistance to?
Acid.
Acid. Yeah, so you're gonna take 2 acid damage,
Damn,
or
I
4
shouldn't have used
halved.
it. I shouldn't have used Entropic Ward.
Well, you
Oh,
didn't
well.
know.
I didn't know.
And if-
It's a fear reaction.
Now you
Your soup is the opposite of basic.
So, entropic ward is a reaction.
It's a reaction, yes.
Okay. So then you go 60 feet. You get
Deeper into the cathedral. I'm not sure I can physically get farther away.
Yep. And then I would say you're out of eyesight because he's walked another direction.
Yeah, down the
Mhm.
stairs.
But first, I need you to make a D20 attack on yourself.
All right. Without proficiency, though.
No, you don't get a damage bonus to it.
Oh, it's the
It's-
damage bonus, right.
Yeah.
Yep. You do get advantage though because you're attacking yourself.
Oh,
So it's
thank God,
technically a
because
willing
I rolled
attack.
a nat 1 on that first die.
What?
Ooh.
Really? Advantage on me.
I'm not sure how I would have ruled that.
I don't know
That would
how
be-
that would have worked, but the other one's a 19, so we're
A
good.
19.
Drop the
I can
arrow.
validate the rolls, but if it's a willing, wouldn't it just automatically succeed?
That's what I was going to
It's a mix of.
But in the fear.
This is where I'm doing a little
This
bit
is
of
weird.
like, yeah, just DM improvisation because he's. Yeah, it's a willing attack. However, because of fear, he has to take the safest path, which sort of implies he's not allowed to do damage to himself, which is why Lorcan couldn't run into the thing.
Yeah.
So, the D20 attack was essentially can he overcome his own, mental
So
break.
if anything, he doesn't care about doing damage. He just needs the contact.
Yep.
Because that's what he's hoping for.
You take there and you just sort of stab it into yourself. You're not even sure why. It's just it felt right. Now it
again,
feels painful.
Making a prayer.
And
Another
boy.
secret blood hunter.
I need you to make a a con save,
Mm-hmm.
a wisdom save, and
Mhm.
another con save.
Let me get a third die out.
Yeah. Oof.
All right, so wisdom will be white.
It's a very specific set of circumstances in
Yep.
my notes where I'm like, I guess you could have that stacked.
Okay. Is con wisdom con?
Mm-hmm.
It is 13, 19, 18.
13. Okay,
Mhm.
with a 13, your max HP drops 5.
Okay. It's 20, but I'm already hurt, so whatever.
With a but the other two were what was the wisdom?
19.
19 and 18.
Yes.
Indeed.
Awesome. Okay, so as you stab into it, what does the voice in your head sound like? Can you do the voice? Can you do the
Of course.
You can do the voice. Just all you hear, everything goes white,
Mm-hmm.
and all you can hear for a moment are just drops of water. And then the voice says your name.
Casaadi. Nemoy. You.
And that just-
Interesting.
plays on repeat. Different frequencies, different pitches, different timing, different tempos, louder and louder and louder. Everything goes white. And we'll come back after break.
Mhm. Okay.
We managed. We're working through. We're working through it.
I'm working through it.
Technical difficulties. Your G and rolling like Motherfucking dynamite. Rika's pissed about this.
I'm gonna eat those dice.
We'll see
It
what
happens. Mhm.
See you at 10.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll hear about it, I'm
Yeah.
Sure.
aware.
Start.
Indeed. I was gonna say we are back. Okay, yes.
Yes. All right. Welcome back. So everything went white for you, Casaadi.
hmm
And that brings us to Lorcan. Breena, you're on deck.
I thought there was gonna be.
We'll see.
I guess I run. I ain't got a fucking choice.
See, so yeah, you run. I would say, safest possible route. Yeah, another 6.
Out the door? Oh, wait, the door's closed.
What's-
Yeah, how big is the room?
It's pretty big. I would say you'd be able to get out of castle next turn.
But
Run 120 feet already.
at this now I have.
Yeah. So, what's your passive perception again, Rivali?
12.
12.
I think all of ours is 12.
I'm gonna keep
10.
asking.
Ah.
Yeah, because I know there's one different. Let me see what.
My insight is 15.
Mine's 13. No, my insight is 9. My investigation is.
So, I'll just. So, as you're running, Shavel, just from up on Rivali's shoulder, just goes, "There's one." So you've been spotted by Shavel, and in turn Rivali.
Motherfucker sees me?
Yeah, you roll a...
Straight fire.
Please don't eat my dice. I like these.
I'm gonna eat them.
Swallow it now.
My passive stealth is 21.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you are out of eyesight of Rance Fancefinger if you'd like to make a wisdom save.
I would.
There is also blood trailing behind you coming from your...
Love it. Let's talk. Using inspiration.
Yep.
I fail. All 3 rolls.
Alright. You are still frightened of your 16-year-old self. Who among
Ain't
us is
we
not?
all?
Teenagers, am I right?
I don't think I can do anything.
Don't think so. That's your action. You have a bonus action?
Well, I'd love to rage, but it's gone.
Oh, yeah, I forgot I did. Oh.
I have like my offhand attack, but
Somebody within range. Yep.
nope.
Okay. That brings us to Breena. Rivali, you'll be the next player up.
How far are we? Like, we're still, like, running from Rancy at this point?
Your speed's the same, right, Rivali?
Yeah, my speed is the same, and then because I am carrying, it is halved.
Yeah. So 15 then, because you just use the action to scoop them up into your movement. Okay, so you're about.
I also had to
Gosh.
move 10 feet to pick up Breena.
That's true. So that's plus 25. I've lost track of the math of how far you are from Rancy, but it's
I
at least like
5 feet total
5 feet total
away from
Wow.
Breena's.
where you previously, from where Breena was. So you're like, I think 45 feet from Rancy.
That
Roughly.
sounds right.
You are now because I make the rules around. No, I'm just kidding. It's we'll
gotta-
say you're 45 feet.
I got a 28 on my bonus action hide.
Yes. Okay. So we'll say because I rolled I rolled for Shavel for while you were running, so he saw you running but has lost track of you. We'll
Mm.
say. So let's see.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. Cool. So
What are the D&D rules about doing actions while being carried?
You have no
basically your
movement.
speed is 0, but other than that you're
Good to go. Okay.
And I think melee attacks are at disadvantage.
Oh no.
Yeah. Ooh,
I
I'm
mean,
just
except for
saying.
hitting Shavel.
the humanity.
The lack of leverage.
Okay.
the no manity.
Right.
know.
Okay. First things first is I'm actually going to try and whisper to Cheval.
Okay.
Just be like,
Like you're just putting up a hand and
yeah.
you've been in the South too long already. My grandfather does that. A little secret, even though he speaks the normal volume.
You don't look charmed, and I don't know why the hell you would do this, because he's just gonna take over everything, and you might be able to, like, charismatic your way out of, like, getting killed because he's not gonna get bored with you, but anyone in your group, anyone in your family, the little kids on the what's the beach? There at the beach. On the beach we saw. He's gonna go through them and transform them into monsters just like he did with the goat and the spider.
Roll persuasion.
Okay. Where's my persuasion? God dang it. Okay. That's a 13.
13. There's a bit of a long silence, except for the, Rivali's steps. And he just sort of says, "You wouldn't understand."
No,
Almost under his breath a little bit, but
Yeah.
No, because this is probably your best bet.
And I'm gonna cast minute meteors.
oh, okay.
And
Shaven?
no. And they are going to be encompassing, because it's just kind of like like, they're encompassing all three of us at this point.
Yeah, I was about to say.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
Rotating around all three.
rotating around all three, and I am firing at Rancy.
There's 120 feet. Those have a really good range, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
There's no problem.
And those, are those
That
Attack?
is a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity
I do an
save.
attack.
from the, aptly dexterous Rancy Fancy? Okay. Is that all three of them? Or just one for all?
So it creates 3. Hold on, I need to remember how this works.
Yeah, but it's a tricky
Okay,
spell.
right now there's 2 that are coming at him from the attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so does he have to make a save for each, or just one for both?
Takes I think it's for each.
I think it's each.
Each, okay.
Yeah, I think it's each.
And what's the DC on that?
That is DC 16 dexterity.
Okay, that is a 1 on the first one,
Thank- oh,
and a 3 on the second one.
oh,
All right, so okay. So that's for the first one. That's a 6 for the first one, and a 9 for the second one.
15.
And as a bonus action, I'm sending 2 more.
Oh, okay.
yep.
Concentrate
dex
this.
saves.
That is a 0 for the first one,
Good.
and a 5 for the second one.
It's about time.
I
I
deserve
threatened to eat the dice enough, and they
That's
listened.
10, and that is 11.
Wow. Total or 21 total?
21 total. Yeah, yeah, the 10, and then the second one was 11.
The meteors, the first round of meteors blast, and similar to a magic missile, he reacts, but there's no, damage on him. He just sort of almost spits a couple of them out and just, quite charming. And then he's interrupted by the next wave of them. And those actually do kind of knock him back, to a knee for a second. And he gets up, he's like, what's the point of practicing all of these witty banter when you won't even let me finish? Dusts himself off. And he's just like, meteor, rude.
Does he roll for concentration?
Yes, he does. Thank you.
Multiple times.
Both?
Yeah, how many? That's 4
times. Yeah.
Yes, please. And it's either half damage or 10, whichever's higher. believe.
Ooh,
Which I think is
yeah,
gonna
from
be 10 every
Mighty
time
Meteors.
then.
I always forget about that. Thing's got so many details.
Yeah, and it's a con save.
10's going to be higher than half damage of all of those, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 4 con
I
saves.
just don't want to be afraid.
Don't
I'm
we
trying.
all?
18. Loses concentration. Natural 1 on that one.
I'm
So drops from everybody.
going to kill this man.
But I'm doing my thing.
We're getting there.
I know.
Actually, on that note,
Topical.
Breena. Alright, so that's your turn, Breena?
That will be my turn.
Okay.
And I'm
Then we will get
not
to
to
the
puke.
layer action that I should have done before, but it's fine. Breena's got a 19, Layer's got a 20. Actually, no, we won't. We will not do a layer action. That'll just take us to Haz. Haz, who I forgot to do enough attack of opportunity when you ran away, but we'll just say he was distracted by looking at Edward going,
He couldn't
Sure.
see me. I'm invisible.
yeah, he basically turns and goes, oh, look what I'm doing. And just sort of, all he can see are
Is Rivali carrying?
yeah,
people?
Rivali carrying people. So let's just see.
With Cheval also being carried, so it's like,
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
what is happening here?
Haz's perception's not great.
And I'm
So-
tiny, and his back is turned, and I'm being held like this.
Back is not turned.
Dang it!
Oh, it is.
Isn't
You're
it?
right,
I don't
actually,
think he
because he's
can
walking
see you.
away.
Yeah, he's running away.
That makes sense. I'm gonna see if he saw you before Rivali turned. No, he did not. So he's actually going to take a few steps. High speed. He's gonna walk over to Rancy and just sort of. And Rancy's gonna get up, just sort of like cracking his neck from the meteors. Well, and gonna kind of backhand him on the shoulder, and you can see some of the wounds clear up.
Mm.
My fear worked against me. Now I can't see anybody.
Objectively,
Alright, so-
you can see me.
Mm.
That's true. However, he knows
Like
what
twice.
Yeah.
a whole lot. So
I like post-break dice.
With his flowing cape.
We
That
broke the
brings-
momentum.
that brings us to
That's right.
Shavel. Yeah, I know, right? Brings us to
Cheval's not wearing a
Shavel,
cape.
who is going to do things. Okay. How? No, meteors are gonna be easy to see. You couldn't see that stuff.
Oh yeah.
Subtle spell
There's
meteors.
there's still two circling around Rivali as well, so
We're gonna. All right, then.
So if Rivali threw you, would he then get hit by the meteors? Maybe, as they followed you, but not.
I don't think.
Interesting theoretical.
Gotta do some chemistry or something.
It's called physics.
All right, he's not gonna.
Also, yes.
Astrophysics.
He's not gonna cast a spell. Casaadi is basically just gonna see one of those meteors go. Oh, we can't be
Casaadi?
having. Or Casaadi, Rivali, Shavel sounds like neither of them. Shavel is. I'm keeping track of like 7 things.
That's understandable.
It's all good. I
It's,
just want to check.
So bad at this already. With the names, Shavel's gonna just see those go and go. Oh, we can't be having that. And he's gonna pull down for a one of the blob shadows at his waist. He's gonna just pull it up, and you can see an old timey, like a 6-shooter revolver, up against his, like right up underneath his eyes.
Yes.
And coiling around the barrel of it is kind of an engraved snake, and the mouth opens up where the barrel is. Yeah, come on, like you can.
Destiny 2.
And he is the reason I asked earlier. He is within melee range, going to be at disadvantage.
Oh.
But
Okay.
he's gonna use a point to make it not that.
I hope Tiffy doesn't happen again.
Wait.
That's cocked.
Tiffy isn't into Delphs.
He's going to use a luck point to reroll that.
Damn you for using that against me.
That's more like it. All right, that's a 22 to hit.
At disadvantage?
He used a point to take a...
I will use my Cloud Rune to make it target me instead.
Oh, okay.
How
Well-
does luck work?
Well, it's a... The roll was straight. It's a straight roll.
Oh, I thought it was a disadvantage roll. I misunderstood.
Well, it was, but he used one of his ability points to...
Okay,
Yeah,
my bad.
we're here.
Yeah.
And he,
I'm pretty sure no one else is within 30 feet of me.
Right, yeah. So,
Well,
he's just gonna pull the thing out and fire, and then it goes towards Breena, but seemingly gets caught in, like, the trail of one of the meteors surrounding her. And,
Gravity.
yeah. 20, so I assume 22 hits for volume.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's gonna be nasty.
your boy got shot. Ooh.
That's a 16 piercing damage,
Does that fuck with the charm?
and well,
Because Shavel
Technically.
hurt Rivali.
Technically, it would end.
yeah. Roll a wisdom save with advantage. I'll see what.
Natural 20.
Cool. He rolled. Yeah, he did not roll that. Yeah. So as you're shot, it's sort of. I mean, your mind wasn't foggy. It was just sort of a, like, because you knew what you were doing, redirecting it from Breena.
Mhm.
You weren't necessarily going against Shavel as much as you were protecting Shavel and your friend
Mhm.
Breena. Like I said, you have to. That command is really tough to like find the right loopholes. But now you've just sort of kind of feel the grip of your mind release. And then as bonus action, we're going to make sure this is a bonus action, so I'm not cheating. Sorry, not screens.
Lots of things happening.
So many things. It is a bonus action. He is going to Misty Step 30 feet away as sort of a, he's basically going to shoot, and as soon as it turns, he's just, oh, very clever. And then all that shadow is just going to go into smoke, and he lands, and he's on the ground.
Where?
Only about 10 feet away, because a lot of that Misty Step was getting down from how big a boy he is.
How far from...
You're the other, you guys went the same direction, but separate. Things like that. So I would say
Time for
you were
trade.
running full speed. I will say 40 feet?
Okay.
50 feet maybe? Yeah, that is...
I glared down at him and was like, "You're an idiot."
Does not make eye contact. He just sort of perks up again to kind of recognize that you're being heard.
Huh.
So that brings us to Rancy Boy. Who just got beat up a bunch. Okay. He is going to... I wonder if he casts this at higher levels. Now you want to do that? Cool. Do that. Spell, okay. He's just going to be like, maybe not. And he's just going to point at Rivali. No, it is Rancy's turn. I have a note for Rancy.
Hmm.
He was starting to do that. He points and he was about to cast a spell. And I would even say he got close enough to where, Breena, you could pick up the conjuration starting to build. And he stops and goes, what was that? Camera pans over to a small, shining white light off to the left. And standing out is Casaadi, but like, so if this were a comic book, there's the only way I could describe the visual. The outline of Casaadi, instead of being black ink, would be white. So the rest of him is still the same color, but he's outlined in white instead. And like eyes are pupilless white. The flies are white coming out and glowy. And he's just gonna be like, that is. And then Has standing next to him goes, not supposed to happen. Curious. Let's wait. And he is going to hold an action for when he sees particular character. And then that brings us to Rivali. Casaadi, you'll be the next player up.
Okay, so where exactly did excuse me? Where exactly did Cheval miss?
He's about 10 feet to your right now.
Okay,
Because he spent most of that distance just getting down.
fair enough. Okay, I'm going to direct this message at him specifically of from one professional to another. Don't, or I will have to hurt you.
You say that as if I have a choice.
You always do. And I'm going to set Breena down. Very gently. Sorry.
On a podium?
Is there a podium?
Yes, because there's a podium without a statue now.
Yes.
Good.
Because you're a trophy.
It's a...
Pat, pat.
Nope, not as good as your previous one.
Rip.
I'm trying to stand up, like, kind of proudly, but I'm also poisoned. So it's like,
Yes, right, you're still sick.
Alright,
Oh,
so I'm
no.
going to 30 feet forward, so I'm 15 feet away from Rancy.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus action, healing wind.
Okay,
What is that for again?
so you're 10 feet.
Or second
you're
wind,
15 feet.
rather.
Second.
1d10.
I knew what you meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
So-
12 HP.
12 HP. Shavel is going to get attack of opportunity if you're going straight towards Nancy.
A pistol whip?
How? What? How do you get an attack of opportunity?
Because he's
He's not melee.
10 feet. Yeah, it's true. He doesn't have melee. You're right.
Listen to
So-
this.
okay, yeah. So he will just. We'll just say he fires a shot and misses, like just sort of like half-heartedly.
Okay. And then
I can't see.
I am going to fuck, I'd have to do damn, no, it's a bonus action balancing that I fucked up with.
Trust me, I've done it like 3 times already. I'm like, oh, shit, I should have done this in this order. Oh well.
Yeah, so now I'm debating as to whether or not something is worth it.
Worth it.
Okay.
The end game now.
I'm using the dash action to get to Rancy.
Okay.
Action surge.
Ah.
Do it.
Hell yeah.
Attack action against Rancy.
destroy him.
Because action surge just happens, right? Like you can do it and
Yep.
second wind at the same time. Yeah.
Yep. Because action surge just happens and it gives me another action. For
Correct.
a 19 to hit on the first attack.
Believe it or not, I think that hit. Yeah. Let me see. I forget his AC. 19 to hit, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits.
And 18 for the second.
18 for the second. He'll cast shield on that one.
Okay. But for the first hit, it's going to be... What is my damage again? Sorry.
But so long.
Oh, it's a D8.
So many.
For 12 bludgeoning with another 6 fire damage
Hell yeah.
from the chroma cloth, and then I'm going to use the fire rune to add another 2d6, and then he also has to make a DC 14 strength save
All right.
for another 4 damage total.
Okay, so that's 24, 23? No, more than that. I lost track. I'm sorry.
I also lost track.
It was 12
It's 12
plus
plus
6
6.
plus 4, so 22.
22.
Okay.
And strength save.
DC 14.
That's a 15.
So he passes.
Ta-da! Barely. He's not real strong. He just rolled high.
And then also another d6 because of Giant Smite. Plus another 1 damage.
No.
Oh, well,
That,
you never
yeah,
know.
You added a flick to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
For the sake of narrative, we'll say that the first attack is the one that got shielded, and then the second one, however, just bursts through the shield and just clocks completely. It is does not. Some of the damage is negated because of Has uses a reaction to sort of do a defensive stance, but there's only so much of that you can negate, and so it just sort of kind of it's slowed down by the sword. Kind of take an angle to move your fist down, but that's a big cat. Like just crunch, through it, and even probably throws Has off a little bit. Like God. And let's see. Yeah. Rancy actually goes back 10 feet from it. Like, just sort of tumbles over, but lands back on his feet. Like, oh. Hair slightly messed up, but without even looking, just fixes it. Prestidigitation. Just...
Of course.
Alright. Good turn.
Mm-hmm. Woohoo.
He, Rancy looks the exact same as when you guys got here, but he's like got more of a vacant stare to him. Like he doesn't seem quite as focused or pompous, although he still is pompous and carrying himself that way. He's sort of staring off in the distance a little bit, like
Your boy trying to stay in character.
mood. So that brings us to Edward. And as he
I also
go
don't know
ahead.
if it mattered, but all of that was magical damage.
No, it did not matter this time. Yeah, certain scenario that would have mattered, but I don't think we're past that.
Okay.
Edward is just sort of like looking at Casaadi going, and he comes back, and as he's backing up, Casaadi, normally you would get an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna say you were not
It's understandable.
fully control of your consciousness at the
Not
moment.
present.
Well, okay, you know what? We'll say Edward takes 5 radiant damage.
Fuck.
Okay.
And backs up a little bit from the burn, like wow. And as he gets close, Rancy, without looking at him, just goes, and he's like just this utter look of any waiter that's ever been snapped at. They're just like, and just kind of pours the ladle over Rancy, and kind of clears up a little bit of the dust
With soup.
with
I had such a reaction.
meat. Makes you guys feel better. I'm not rolling great on.
It does.
Yeah.
I almost decked a non-family.
It's one of the worst things you can do to another human. It's
Our answer is
and then
he's a boomer confirmed.
so that brings us to Casaadi. Casaadi, which brings us back to Rancy, who what's your passive stealth?
21,
21.
but I rolled a 28 last
Yeah, you rolled a 28. That's what it was.
and I'm 120 away from.
He's got a decent investigation, but not. I mean, 28 is really good. So he's got advantage on it with a +4. So he's got to hit a natural 20.
Yep.
Oh, he got close. He does. All right, so he looks and
Hell.
kind of just shakes himself loose as the gumbo like magically disappears as it pours over him,
The gumbo.
and just goes, "A fine recipe. You were right, Has." And Has winces with that, and goes, "Well, let's put a stop to that. And you too, wherever you are." And just kind of looks at Casaadi and claps his hands together. Okay. Lorcan, I need you to make a wisdom save with advantage. Your DC.
I already have advantage.
Good job. Your DC is going to be lower though.
Okay.
Casaadi.
Even though he can't see me?
That's where the advantage comes from. And we'll have you rolling with advantage as well, and your DC will be different.
Okay.
11?
What save?
Wisdom?
Oh, wisdom. Okay.
Yeah.
18.
18. Cool. So, Lorcan.
Yep. I just got free.
Are you afraid again?
I haven't
oh God,
had a
please
turn
no.
yet. Ah.
What's your max HP at?
39. What's it at now?
-4, -11 total,
28.
19,
20.
-27.
Fuck you!
Ah!
12?
-31.
Dead.
No, you said you're
No.
at 37, right?
39.
39. Okay, so your max is now 8. So your current technically you should be at 8 out of 8 now.
Yes, I should.
How lovely.
The DC was lower. You rolled an 11.
I rolled a 12, actually.
12, excuse me.
Kind of level 1 on our hands now.
You rolled a 12?
I have a -1 wisdom.
I thought you said you rolled an 11. Oh, you rolled a 12 -1 is 11.
Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
DC was 12. Fuck me.
Oh, no.
oh,
Okay.
I mean that's better than what it was. So, Lorcan, you finally get a hold of yourself and sort of. You don't see your 16-year-old self anywhere.
But I feel like him.
You feel like him. You are, alive. Right as you start to get a grip of your thoughts, the wound on your hand finally explodes. Like, just.
I didn't even get it on his nice armor. What the fuck?
It is literally. I mean. Roll a con. You got a high con. Roll a con save to see if you still have a hand.
Good. No.
Oh no, what'd you roll?
9 total.
Your left hand explodes.
Cool.
And, we'll say that's the max HP damage. I won't damage you again, that would be really mean. And just sort of, you can feel this necrotic, cursed energy pulsing through your left arm. Casaadi,
Mm-hmm.
as the light starts to dim from your vision, and you can kind of see the whole room again, the flies are gone. There's no buzzing. In your mind's eye, it's just you and your patron sitting at a table across from each other.
He's speechless.
And without moving his mouth, you just sort of feel your patron being like, telling you that this is why you were included. The decisions that you've made and the events that have happened because of those decisions have led you to this moment.
Easy. Hello, Casaadi. I am Dr. Umbra Yavar, ruler of a crestfallen kingdom, creator of worlds ruled by dragons, destroyer, creator, master of time. You are just being my little mouthpiece, and you're doing a wonderful job at it. You're having so much fun in Jacob's world, aren't you? Continue what you're doing. Spread the word. Don't die.
Okay. And then camera quick zooms back to perspective,
Mm-hmm.
and you see Edward sort of backing up a little burned. Has just sort of like keeping an eye on Edward with the sword out, and Rancy Fancy Finger just sort of going, like having just clapped.
And screaming in the background.
Yeah, you're screaming in the distance.
I'm not gonna do that one.
Shavel! And you see Shavel just sort of like peeking out from behind Rivali, who, distant in Rivali, because Rivali just like punched the fuck out of people. And it's just like, I'm a little busy, do you mind? And it's like, I thought you said that the curse was fatal. He's like,
Feels like it.
what? Yeah, again, in the distance.
Ah!
It's everywhere! Yeah, Shavel just kind of looks over it, because like, what about him seems by the book? You know, it's
Depends on what book you're reading, I guess. That wonky one from Skyrim that throws you into that evil world.
screaming in the distance. Like, depends on what kind of book!
I don't even read!
Casaadi, it's your turn.
Well, that's perfect then. I can move close enough, I believe, to get that would be all three of the little trio there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're all
Cook
in.
has Fancy Finger.
Yep.
Look, it's a fancy finger.
Yeah, and
Shit.
and at that point, then he looks with utter clarity and focus. I have a name. He has a name. Enjoy the arms of Yavar. And they have to make a DC 15 strength save as he opens the lab coat and arms. Yes, arms aplenty, not shadowy ones, cloaked ones, gloved ones, ones
my
with
favorite
scalpels
spell.
and meant to disassemble. And yeah, DC 15 strength Orby.
On all
Take
three.
some-
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I'll let the bard and the gnome go first. That's low. That's a 5. That's Edward gets a 5. Rancy gets an 11, 13, and
Okay.
has. Oh, he has advantage. Still fine. He gets a 6
Okay. So
with
it's
advantage.
Yeah. So it's 46, 15 damage, and they're all pushed. Oh no, it's they just can't take reactions until until my next turn.
Yeah, and you're at the end of initiative.
Yeah. Well,
Cool.
I thought it was until its next turn, so until my next turn. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yes. Okay.
Awesome. That changes. Okay, and yeah, so just these like there's a leg is maybe Edward's leg is like stabbed into the ground with a scalpel, or like a doctor's hand holds one in place. You know, the manacles come up and from a table and sort of hold Rancy in place, and all three of them are just sort of what? No.
Found his local dentist.
That brings us to left-hand Lorcan. Breena, you're on deck. Lorcan, you're bleeding out.
I'm dying!
Technically, you're at full health.
Yeah.
Fuck!
Can't do
Technically.
nothing now.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It's a powerful.
If I run 60 feet using the dash bonus action, am I 60 feet away from Rancy?
No, because
Because I ran 120 feet away from.
twice.
No,
No, you're right. I'm
I
sorry.
ran 60 twice.
60. Sorry.
So
One.
if I
So
run
yes.
60 back, can I hit him with a 60-foot ranged attack?
Yeah, mathematically speaking, and he was just. You would have advantage because he's held in place.
Fucking right. That's not an auto crit though, or is?
No,
Okay.
he wasn't pushed back. Right. Arms of Avar doesn't push;
Yeah,
he
no.
just holds.
No pushing, just the no reactions, all that. Yep.
Cool. So 17 plus some shit. Plus 8. No. Yes. 17 plus 8.
No
For a
reactions, so
25.
that definitely hits.
Good.
Ruined by my favorite spell.
10 psychic damage to the bitch.
Okay.
that all I can do?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's also 3d6 sneak attack on that shit.
There you go.
So add 12 more?
12 more.
Yeah.
Lorcan, describe how you finish off Rancy Fancy Finger.
Oh,
This isn't how bleeding works! That's it. That's all I fucking got. I'm just fucking screaming.
stab him with the bone where your hand once was.
I'm 60 feet away. It's all psychic blades.
Wave the stop.
Oh yeah, it's going. I am attempting to squirt blood at him from 60 feet away with these fucking psychic blades. I'll hold my arm up to cast the psychic blades through the bleeding. Yeah, it's gross. So is cutting off my hand and leaving me with 8 max HP out of 59.
Technically, I blew up.
Yes, you did. This isn't how bleeding works, is how I kill Rancy.
Okay. All you see with psychic damage is Rancy's eyes roll back into his head, and a bit of drool comes out, and he collapses on the ground.
Still held up till the end of my next turn.
Actually, his head just...
Who's next?
Breena is next, actually.
Doesn't care.
Careful, Shable might just
That's
pop
it.
up a cap.
Yeah.
I don't.
Is
I'm
there
cool
any
with it.
reaction? Oh, sorry.
Yes. Haz and Edward sort of immediately embrace each other, but they can't move, so they just sort of reach for each other.
Aw.
There is now a dead Rancy Fancy Finger in between them.
It's more romantic that way.
It really is. If you just don't, from the waist up, it's very
Yeah,
romantic because you
look
can't
up.
see Rancy.
No, Rancy dead actually makes it more.
He's the romantic dinner table.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, he's the centerpiece!
Lady in the Tramp.
Rancy and spaghetti?
He is now.
Good.
Shavel takes off in the other direction, like
Towards
not
me?
in cowardice. Just run. Just basically sees what happens and goes, books.
Does he run past?
You already ran past him,
Okay.
We had to get closer.
All right.
and you guys were
No.
like apart from each other.
So no.
In that case, from my pedestal, it's just it's just
It all
gonna
comes
be like,
back.
yeah, it's just gonna be like, your curse, and just throw the 2-meter at Shavel as he's running away, and
Yes.
keep running.
Dex save.
Yep, dex save.
For each. Was it 16?
First one's a natural 20.
Okay, that's fair.
Fucking snakes.
Cocked.
It's still, I think
Cock.
it's still like half.
Second one is a 22.
That's still a half of 6. So wait. So it's half of 6, so it's 3, and it's half of 8, so it's 4. 3, 4.
7 total.
7 total.
Okay.
There you go.
So it'll take 7. And they both hit him in the back, and you hear kind of a, ah! But then as soon as he gets to the door, he actually sinks into the ground, into the shadow, and it's gone. Anything else? You still have movement? Bonus action?
I will try to carefully get down from my pedestal.
Gramble
Make
down.
an acrobatics check.
Oh.
Or
boy.
athletics.
Let's go with acrobat.
I know the feel.
Okay, yeah, no, it's a 16.
16. All right.
Yeah.
You've gotten down from a nice podium once or twice before. Some would say you scurry.
Drop down and just kind of brush my robes.
That would bring us out of initiative. But Rivali, you would have been next. So you can take us from here. What you'd like to do?
I mean, it's the immediate professional of immediate threat is gone. turn to Breena. What now?
Are you still large?
I'm still large.
Okay.
Bleeding
last
Lorcan
paint a
in the
picture.
background.
Yep.
Lorcan
All right, where's the troops? How's everyone?
Oh God!
is bleeding everywhere.
I look like shit.
Oh,
I'm also going to. You said we're out of initiative?
Yes.
Yes. So, I'm gonna use a psionic power. I roll a D8 when I find
D8?
it. Yep.
Oh, 5th level increase.
One that looks like a little arrow.
I've been rolling them.
I got an 8.
How do you
I
say that?
have a psychic connection with everyone. I'm not screaming in my head.
You
For
all have a
you to
little bit of
hear.
Lorcan now.
I believe it says yeah. And so I'm gonna reach out to Shavel.
Shavel's no longer in the building.
Would I have been able to do that before he?
No.
Fuck. That's what I wanted to. Never mind.
Just
I'm
bleeding.
just in your head and bleeding. But y'all don't know
Question
that.
of
I
what
think
now
I don't know.
still stands.
Casaadi, you good?
Buzzing stopped. The voice is more clear. Dr. Yavar is
Here.
welcoming. I
Can
feel
he
no
fix
need to
this?
rhyme. No, that is a challenge you must overcome.
You feel a grimace in your brain.
But we'll help best we can for now. Besides, we still have Shavel to deal with. And then the challenge of this island is completed.
You're
And you
told.
notice he's staring you all in the eyes while
Yes.
talking.
Shavel seems here. Shavel. Casaadi seems here, composed.
Vaguely.
I'm gonna say in Casaadi's head, Doctor, can you fix this?
I mean, Casaadi himself can always link back, even without you linking to him, but
His influence extends beyond worlds, but it is through me. I can attempt to heal you, but I have no means. I am this arm of destruction, not creation.
What
Got
about
lots of arms a second ago.
what about Haz and Edward? Haz, right?
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
So, are they still held by the
I
arms
mean-
of?
it's
I
6
guess-
seconds, so it probably would have
Okay.
passed.
Okay.
Or
Do
for
they do
comedic
it-
timing, he could have looked and went, "Oh yeah."
They do finally embrace, and Rancy just falls to the ground. Has just sort of, fixes his hat a little bit. Look, we understand if you're upset. We didn't. Rancy has things on us, had things on everyone. We have family. If we had to, Edward and I, when we first started doing the voyages, we were desperate for money. Rancy appeared and just needed, he said, bodyguard work, and which I've done before, and I did on the side with the ferry, and when people started disappearing, I got suspicious. But despite his self, and everybody kind of turns to look at the slumped body on the ground.
Oh, we almost forgot to loot it.
Power is there, and you can see some of the statues starting to slowly fade out of existence.
Oh, I was gonna ask. I was gonna break them on the way out.
And like a couple of them are moving as they fade out, just sort of going, or
Of course. The Narcissus one is just still looking at itself.
yeah,
though, isn't it?
that's still there.
That one is
Damn.
just a regular statue.
The reflection fades out.
Oh,
But
that's cool.
yeah, he's like the power is there, and he said if we left the boat, or if we left the job, or if just changed anything, Edward's all I have. And Edward's like here but not here. It's just sort of what as ugh. And you're just sort of coming out of something. And I keep saying the wrong name. Has just sort of goes, wait. Where's Shavel?
Left.
Ran.
We need to get to the docks. Now.
Understood.
All right. Booking
Rivali?
it.
Rivali, wait.
Glad I'm in great shape to do so.
I'll grab Breena and Lorcan and just book it. While
Hey,
I'm
wait
still
up! I wasn't done
large.
looting.
Later.
No, you don't. I'm not getting grabbed.
I grab
Make
Casaadi.
opposed athletics?
Do you know what?
Or athletics versus your acrobatics?
Okay. If that's what you're going for.
I'll just say like without rolling.
Oh,
Go ahead.
with my advantage because I'm still large, it's 26.
Look at that.
26.
So you go to reach. You and Lorcan Rivali have formed a like sort of unspoken chemistry here, and so you go to grab him just like you did with the fastball, and you're confused to reach nothing but open air. As just like, and then you sort of see like the bleeding stump, and you're like,
Right,
Bad.
get it. Big hand reach into pocket, hand 3 health potions.
I'm not sure health potions will help, but also he's uncorking his own health potion. I'm still lacking.
I'll have
Yeah.
one.
Okay, here, let me double check. Yep, I have 2. Here you go. Because I'm at 12 of 20, so this will bring me up to 20. Yay!
Is that
Can
a
I
regular?
put one on my stump to see if it ups my health at all?
sure.
Yeah, it's a regular one at the 2d4 plus 2.
Yeah,
I mean, well,
all
so
of-
10 if
all
we're
of
taking
mine
it.
are 2d4 plus
10?
2.
Oh, I'm at 8 out of 8. I just want to know if it'll up my max health at all if I just pour it on my arm.
Make a Constitution save.
I'm good at those. That's a cocked nat 20. I'm so mad. Fucking roll like you're supposed to. 24.
Okay. You get 12 max HP back
Fuck.
as it comes over, and you can actually see the beginnings of like fingers coming out of the stump of your wrist.
Is this like Deadpool?
Pretty much.
And hey, 20 buddies.
Yeah.
High five.
Um,
Oh.
You start doing like
I kick your hand.
with your tiny like the ends of your fingers coming out of your wrist. You do a little psychic knife trick.
Hell yeah. Then what the fuck is on this body?
Okay, so it still says Sean Silver on Discord, so I keep
Yeah.
saying Silver. Casaadi and Lorcan make investigation checks. While you guys do that, Breena, Rivali carrying Breena, and Has and Edward are all running for the door.
Okay, what
Leave.
happened to the other 2 health potions, by the way? Because
I mean,
I gave one to. I pulled out 3, but I gave one to Lorcan, who poured it on their hand. Sean pulled out 2, gave one to.
And I give
Breena.
one to. Yeah.
Yeah. So you still have 2.
Yep.
I guess I'll consume.
If you need them, drink them.
I'm not even bloodied, but
Yeah.
But,
Hey,
you know,
take,
might as
you'll
well.
take some hits.
yeah. Okay. Wow, I'm at world max. Sweet.
Oh,
I assume if it's not an open move, that won't work. Twice.
Not really, because I believe that we are booking it at this moment,
yeah.
so they would be having to
Yeah.
roll, yeah.
And I only
I
rolled
will
a 9,
soon.
so I just
On the
looked over the
investigate.
body and said,
13.
13. Okay, with a 9 and a 13,
We tried.
you find things. Lorcan, you gain a Seeker Dart.
Hmm.
The only thing that stands out to you. And, I mean, a 13's not a bad roll. 15 is a hard DC. Casaadi, you find a Rod of Retribution.
Hmm.
And, I'm sorry, Lorcan, you also found a Vicious Dagger. Yeah.
Vicious Dagger and...
Seeker Dart. And as you guys are running for the door, Haz sort of turns up. You know, looks at, how long ago did Shavel leave?
Like a
6
minute?
seconds, maybe.
Yeah, how much
12,
would it
I
have
was going to say
been?
12 to 20 seconds.
Well, I mean, you guys are back with the body.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. How long?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, about
About
30 seconds, maybe?
Okay.
20, 30.
30 seconds. Give or take.
Look, I know he's a character, but we all have our weak points. The comments you made earlier about the family were pretty spot on. Shavel's entire people are being held hostage.
Oh. By what?
Well, at the time, by that. Rancy's magic is wide-reaching. You notice, and you like the statues are still disappearing. Again, some of them just being like, or
dramatic poses
Very
of all
dramatic.
sorts.
but there's still a lot going on.
Some are pulling
Yeah.
out roses.
One bowing.
God, I hate it. I keep that one over.
As you get to the door, it does not open.
I was gonna say I'm gonna run to catch up with section dash would happen. I guess faster than I thought.
And Edward just sort of pushes, pulls, and tries each one. Close. That's good.
Got.
Yeah, it just doesn't even budge.
I have acid breath if need be.
Need
As I'm
be.
jogging up at a distance.
Is it
I
like,
think need be.
Casaadi, make a wisdom.
All right. This is magical. 14.
14. You get down the stairs and you suddenly cannot take another step.
I feel like this magic should be gone by now or something. I can't move.
Did I make it to the door?
Make a wisdom save with advantage, because technically you did move before it started happening.
Is this self-defense?
14.
14, same thing. You get about, I'll say, 30 feet, one full movement ahead of Casaadi before you also stay in place.
Damn, 30 feet is the range.
And just sort of, both the four of you at the door sort of turn to look, and you just see Casaadi like mid, you said you were jogging?
More or less jogging, yeah. Dashing, jogging. With
Kind of
the new
mid-stroll.
crystal rod in hand.
I got a fancy stick. And you see Lorcan like mid-sprint. Both frozen. Still moving their faces and such, but... And the levitating body of Rancy Fancy. Still limp.
Forgot to double tap. God damn it.
And it's just floating there. About 10 feet off the ground. Like, up pretty high.
How far away am I?
You are about 6 feet from... You were 60 feet already from Rancy. And you looted the body.
Then I went to the body.
About 60 feet away.
Can
But
I psychic blades the floating body?
Technically, you and Casaadi do not see that he is floating right now. because he's behind you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just Arcana check what
Sure.
that is?
Oh, so we're just trying to figure out what everyone's staring at.
Mm-hmm.
Can I turn my head?
No.
That's a 27.
27.
Numbers this. Unassemble it.
27. What would Breena know about this?
Some
This
shit.
is not something that you knew. This is not something that you are known Rancy to be able to do, but you also haven't seen Rancy in quite a long time. The necrotic aura that Rancy was specializing in seems to kind of be filling the chamber of the entire church. And as those statues are disappearing, instead of being dramatic and over the top, they're distortion. They're becoming nightmarish for half a second before fading out. Bones are breaking where they would be, and like eyes are being misplaced, or they're gaining extra, or like one of them like would open up and you could see the insides before it fades out. They're becoming more and more monstrous. You look and Haz and Edward both seem very just as.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Floating, yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna throw my last 2 meteors at the floating body that are
Okay.
still there.
Yes.
Because it's 10 minutes.
Your signature spell.
With an Arcana, that high Arcana roll, I'll say they do pierce through the veil. They both puncture Rancy. There was 2 of them, so I gotta roll another one with. A nat 20 and a 6. They both puncture Rancy's body, and there's no resistance. They go all the way through, and then like do a small explosion. So there's now like 2 see-through holes in its torso.
Can I follow the trajectory of where the meteors fucking psychic blades him backwards, maybe?
No, but you
Yeah.
can definitely feel like you have an idea at least. Okay, he's right there. Rivali, are you doing? You can also. You're one of the 2 that can player characters that can move.
See if I can honestly see if I can buzz down the door with my whatever remaining time I got.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Mark it.
Natural.
Ooh.
Okay. As you're. How long does
It lasts
How long
for
are you big?
1 minute.
1 minute?
and,
Okay, yeah.
This is the end of it.
I would have like 6 seconds at most.
Okay, so
That's a round.
yeah. You have
It's a
Mhm.
bunch.
the chroma claw.
Two
You
punches.
start punching the door, and the first one's solid. Like it's as one of those. As soon as you hit, you're like, yeah, it's as good as it gets. And the door moves, like it buckles, but then returns to its spot. Punch again, does the same thing. The chroma cloth like comes down your arm and like wraps around your hand, and then you punch a 3rd time, and it buckles even deeper, but then goes back, and you can feel the chroma cloth like apologetically squeezing your hand.
Just gonna gently tap it. There.
Yeah. So it's a thing where like a nat 20 gives you the best possible outcome kind of deal.
If we had one more
As-
proficiency, I would have been able to hit impossible skill checks.
And at the 3rd knock of the punch, the head of Rancy Fan's finger snaps up at a really unnatural angle because the rest of the body is still limp. And the mouth opens, and just a very guttural, the ring type of sound like escapes before the head explodes. And underneath it, though, is just a bigger skull, and it stretches out where the nose comes out about a foot, and there are 2 craters
It's a bird.
where the skull of Rancy Fancyfinger was that sort of go like stick out and become bonish antlers. And as it goes down, like then the shoulders explode, the chest as well, and each time, like, this freakishly long bones are in its place, or like the small gnomish bones stretch out in this gruesome, sickening, marrow sound. And this continues, and again, it's very graphic, lots of blood and skin and stuff. And until standing about 12 feet high, not including the ant, you see the skeletal form of what appears to be like a deer head. The fingers on the hand are about 3 times as long as a human finger would be. The hands themselves are just freakishly long and, going the wrong way. Almost. The legs are too long, so they're almost bowed. And the remnants of, flesh and hair and blood and organs are hanging off ribs and everything. And the Casaadi, roll me a history check. I think you're the only person that would actually have an idea here.
All right.
See it.
I have proficiency in it.
I would be with disadvantage because you can't see what's
We can
happening.
only see like the shadow of the thing.
Oh. Well, damn, that took away the nat 20, but it still turned into an 18.
18.
Okay.
The voice inside of your head says only one word. Wendigo. And that's where we'll stop the session.
I said this was the finale on the
So
tweet.
much for
No.
I
finale.
lied to everyone.
How dare you?
How
I
dare.
dare. How dare I not? You couldn't get enough.
We couldn't fit a short rest in that less than a minute rest time. we
No,
had
you did
between
not
fights?
take a short rest at all.
There is no short rest. There is
Hey,
no
it's okay.
arcane recovery.
You guys
There's
have not taken a
nothing.
long rest this entire time, and that's when that curse is hardest.
Yeah.
Well, that's
it
why we
hurts.
didn't take. If we didn't get hit, we could have taken rests. I could have been lucky again.
How do you deal with really powerful player characters and one that has 2 20s and a 20 AC? Curses. That's how you do it. Make them roll it.
I'm out of rage. And
Will-
I only have one full hand.
I am
Hey.
just a lion.
We got some new items. Then lying harder. You got this.
I'm not lying.
I still got some resources, but like,
I don't know what those are anymore.
Look at your new items then. What that we looted quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to.
I was gonna say, Rod of Retribution will be
You
vaguely
rolled-
useful if I don't go down in a hit or two. So.
Broad retribution. And also the vicious dagger. You got kind of lucky that you got that, Lorcan. Because
Oh,
that's deadliest in your hands.
We'll find out.
Yeah, you gotta deal with this one more time. Sorry. I almost was like, well, they said this was finale. We'll just leave him there with killing Rancy. God, I love Wendigos so much.
Good
Well.
shit.
Good. Then
you know what that means? That means Rancy ate no meat.
Good no me.
Oh
Ugh.
shit. How many of your fucking fellow
Breast
students disappeared during school?
how does
I
that work in a?
wonder.
How do
That's a very
Windows
good
work
question.
in a world where there are multiple like
Magic.
races like this? But what if he ate human instead? Would he not have Wendigoed?
Well, to become a
You win to
He
win.
would have went to go.
to
God
become
damn it.
one, you have to to become one. You have to eat the flesh of another creature of your same race on a mountain because you are starving.
That's
Interesting. 'Cause
All
I
in the
know, like,
name of science. They were too scared to teach it to the school. I learned.
If we're going based off of
Fair enough.
actual, like, real life lore, we can't kill this thing.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
This is
yeah,
D&D.
no, it's-
It
Kill
has
everything.
hit points.
Unless,
I don't.
Unless one
Before
of you
we-
happens to have purified white ash.
I
Hey,
was going for a second there.
Casaadi, you remember like 3 episodes ago when you just randomly drank holy water?
Well,
On that note, have a good one, everyone. I
Have
guess.
a wonderful
Ramble
night,
too much.
everybody.
we will see you
Bye.
all in. We'll have cross nights in 2 days, and then yeah, and then Skull Check will be here next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.